Ooh, we got the spicy boy.
Acting is a tough fucking thing. The same thing for me when you think about musicians, comedians. I think, they talk a lot about text it to me and I'll put it up.
Yeah.
They talk a lot about when you're going through and you see an actor or a musician and they're like, there's that intangible fucking thing and they're just like, they got it. I don't know what it is, but they got it. And people cannot put into words what those things is. I feel, and this is just my own personal opinion, I feel what it is it's people that are able to have full authenticity where you believe what they're performing.
Yeah. I mean,
I see that in a couple, like a good example of that would be the guy who played Spock in the newer Star Trek. I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, it's my buddy's buddy, by the way.
No shit. Yeah. He played Siler in Heroes.
Yeah.
He is very
Zachary Quinto.
Now it's my buddy's buddy.
Are we Kevin Baconing each other right now? Is this what's happening?
He was in the middle of something.
I'm so sorry.
No,
we got to Kevin Bacon everybody.
No, that's all right.
No, I'm happy that David interrupted for once. I was really happy about that.
Thank you.
That's why I was okay with it.
There you go. So please continue with Zachary Quinto.
I think he's extremely diverse.
Yeah.
And I think he's underrated for that. Like, I think he needs more recognition for how
you're missing my fucking point, Sean. My point is
he has
this,
that
okay?
something.
No,
right?
I wouldn't say he has that something, to be honest.
It's authenticity, in my opinion. It's believability. When people are like, if you're watching somebody sing, you got to fucking believe that they believe in what the fuck they're doing. That's why Daniel Day-Lewis is so goddamn good, because you believe what the fuck he's doing.
So if you had let me finish, I was going to say, I believed that Siler was going to fucking kill me, cut my head open and steal my superpowers.
There's a difference between playing a villain and playing a protagonist, though. Like, just watched a couple of actually really good movies. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which was sadly Chadwick's last movie. Phenomenal acting.
That's one on Netflix?
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Phenomenal acting. The same with Riz Ahmed. Like, he's been actually pretty solid throughout his whole career with The Night of. Even in Venom, he was perfectly fine. But I would say in Sound of Metal, he was incredible.
Nice.
And speaking of authenticity, the man up for best supporting actor in Sound of Metal. So apparently the director, there's a teacher kind of character in the movie, because once he's losing his hearing, he has to go to like this school or this learning place, like this house, basically. The actor who plays him, he's not deaf in real life, but his parents were. So he knew how to sign organically.
They bring that authenticity, man.
Well, and the thing was, the studio wanted bigger name actors, and the director
you hear that? Hear that, Hollywood? Fuck you.
The director was adamant, like, no, I want this guy, and now he's up for a fucking best supporting actor because he.
And I fucking love it.
Nailed it.
I love it, because there is nothing better than a person that can submerge themselves into something that makes it real, right? And that you believe across the fucking screen. If you feel something across the fucking screen, man, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Don't give a fuck if you got big dollars behind you. We don't have big dollars behind us, and you believe in us. Thank you.
One, two and freeze, don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze, don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze, don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Chill Regular. My name is Jonesy, and with me is Matt, Sean, and David. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I love we say welcome back, but he's been in the last few.
I know, but we don't know, actually. He's the wild card. Every time he's here, everybody's like, we just linger. And David's here.
David! I never know if I'm going to have to introduce myself.
One day you will.
Well, gentlemen, happy motherfucking St. Patty's Day.
Yes!
I see Matt's face is just full of glee.
And booze.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to everybody and to all of you guys out there listening. Happy St. Patty's Day. I am happy to be here. Grateful to be here.
On camera.
Oh. And here's just a little bit of something to get you in the mood. Oh, yes, me laddie, this is gonna be a good ass week, I feel.
What is that, Yoda at the end?
Probably. Probably. I tried really hard, guys.
He is green.
My favorite, I love this song, by the way. For people who don't know, this is, I'm sure most people know who are our age. That was ding ting. That was used in the Boondock Saints opening when you first meet the brothers and they're going through town and they're dealing with the feminist character, which that shit sadly would not fly nowadays
At all.
It's
that
hilarious.
whole movie would not fly.
It's amazing.
I don't think the opening would. I think the rest of it would fly.
You think so?
I really do.
Have you guys watched Brophy's documentary?
Yes, we were just
Yeah,
Dave and I were
talking about
just talking about it. Troy Duffy's a moron.
fucking an idiot, and I love it so much.
Because we were discussing the cover of that is like him holding the camera to his head like a gun, right? Like he was committing like suicide. Oh my God.
Yeah. Film suicide. Somebody look up the name of that movie for me, Matt. Look up the name of that movie for me while we enjoy just some of this Gaelic.
Gaelic my balls.
Yes. It's so epic.
Oh, it's delightful.
It really does make you happy though.
I feel like we're going to go on an adventure,
Right?
right? Yeah.
No, Frodo. No.
I may not be able to carry it, but I can carry
But I can carry you.
Oh, no.
But you have to give him an Irish accent.
You really
My
do,
favorite
though.
thing is that when
You really
people try to
It's a
give
good
an
fucking
Irish
song.
accent. That's a great song. Like one of my favorite things is when I was in college, one of my buddies, we went to a strip club in Ironwood, Wisconsin. So if you look it up, it's in the middle of, oh boy, now, don't you know? It's
Hey,
it's the middle
how
of
are you
nowhere.
now?
Oh,
Gee, would you like a lap dance there?
Oh boy, do you want that or not? You don't want, you want
golly.
a pasta?
I mean, I can go ahead and rub my pussy in your face for $10, but I mean,
golly.
Only if you have for it.
gee.
But
I
one
can
of my
imagine her grinding. Oh, gee.
oh gee,
Oh, gee.
oh my,
Oh, gee.
But she doesn't say that. They go, oh no,
oh no,
Oh, no.
oh no,
Oh, yeah.
oh no.
Oh, yeah.
But one of my buddies, for whatever reason, I think we found out like this stripper was Irish or something like that. Like she was from Ireland. And so my buddy put on a fake fucking accent. Mind you, he grew up in Southside Chicago, so he fucking knows how to do it. Like as soon as he found out and we told him, he walked over and he was like, he's just like, oh, yeah, how's it going there, lass? What you fucking drinking there? You want a
so
fucking
he
shot?
went- he
You want a
did a
fucking
full
shot?
one,
And
huh?
like, yo, 100%.
Full Colin Farrell.
And he almost pulled her because the bar, because we stayed there till close and they were getting ready to leave. And like, we're getting in our car and we're driving. We're like, Dan, you come with us? He's like, nah, boys, I got this.
He goes, da.
Spoke German, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, man, you're good. We're like 30 minutes down the road because we're about an hour away from our college.
Yeah.
We're 30 minutes down the drive and we get a text from him. He's like, guys, can you come get me?
No.
Apparently, as soon as
dropped
we
it.
left, he went back and he ordered a drink, but he spoke perfect English. Like he spoke in his normal like voice, and she was right behind him. She goes, "Excuse me," and he's like, "Fucked you here."
No way.
And then she asked him the question. She's like, "Where were you born in Ireland?" He's like, "Oh, fuck."
Over there on the other side of the rainbow.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh,
I was born in a pot of gold.
So, not dissimilarly, when I used to go to clubs with my cousin when we were in our 20s, he would tell girls that I was a German foreign exchange student. So
I
then
could fucking see that
I couldn't
100%.
talk from that point on because I can't do a German. I can't speak German or anything.
go
You
from
just got to get really
I just had to
angry.
nod a lot. Yeah.
Give yourself a mustache later on.
I will take you all to the gas chamber.
So
sorry, guys.
I'll
give it to myself.
No, too far.
Technically,
So sorry. So
technically, that could just be like you need to go to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the gas chamber.
I gotta go to the gas
Like, you know,
chamber.
that's like you can have different.
What, you never heard of
meanings.
a German buttercup?
We gotta take. Yeah, exactly.
German butter.
We gotta
A
take,
German buttercup.
we gotta take it back from Hitler, bro.
That's
like
true.
we gotta.
It's
claim
ours
it.
now.
That's right. Fuck you, Hitler.
Fuck you,
piece of
guys.
shit.
Isn't that funny how like it's still too soon after the Holocaust?
It's not.
It's
No,
still too
I
soon.
think it's never.
I
too
think there's a
soon.
few
I made an
things
Anne
that are
Frank
always
joke to a
gonna be
bunch of
too
Jews
soon.
a couple weeks ago, and I just got a bunch of fucking like crickets, and I was like, oh,
Ooh.
my bad.
That's because they just can't take a
There's a
joke.
few
That's what I
things-
said. I'm like, it's funny.
First off, that's
It's fucking
hilarious
funny.
coming from you, Sean.
I
when
think there's a
last
few
week-
things
No,
that'll
shut
always
up.
be too soon.
Shut up. Last week, you literally said rape is not funny. It's hilarious.
So first off,
Quote unquote.
There's a
That
few
is taken
things-
out of context.
Yeah.
mind
Now
you.
listen. Nothing is sacred in comedy. Nothing is
Nothing.
sacred.
No,
in comedy.
absolutely not.
Second thing, there are jokes that even comedians don't fucking tell on the air.
Like what?
Which is why I said
what?
that off the air.
No, you didn't.
No,
it's on the recording.
It's
Oh, did I?
recorded.
Why
and
do you
it
think
is
I said
live
that?
Oh, did
in
I?
the ether?
Did I do that?
He
Oh, it's
retreated
there.
like a little chihuahua.
We
Like
can-
that.
If
I'm
anybody,
just gonna hide behind the mic.
we gotta get a bigger
Rape's-
mic.
Rape's not cool, guys.
Oh my
Rape's
God.
not cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Unless
that
you
he
do it
didn't
in the air
remember this.
conditioner or the refrigerator.
Why? So you can get
Then-
children on
then-
everybody, one shot.
I don't know. I'm like in this grave. So I'm
He's
just gonna
mildly
dig it
mortified.
deeper.
You can kind of
I
tell.
know. I'm sure.
I'm going to actually get canceled for this.
You will,
No,
yeah.
you're
This will be the thing.
This is why we only get 6 listens.
First and foremost, you have to be aired in order to get canceled. Sean's never.
No,
been
the
aired.
thing is, if I say something really stupid and fucked up, that's when we'll get like a million
views.
Yeah, that's
Or whatever
I
you
hope
call
so.
them,
Fuck
yeah.
me. Here's the
The
thing. though. I'm
internet is
happy.
forever.
The internet
It
is
really
forever. Which is
unless you take it down.
which is why I laugh at all these like OnlyFans chicks who are like.
OnlyFans.
But here's the thing, like that shit. I heard there was a hack recently. Like all these girls who are charging people. If you Google it, you can find them, all of them.
What do you? It's
They, like the nudes they post on their like all of them got leaked.
okay.
So you don't have to pay money to watch their videos, their pictures.
Thank
And if,
you.
right. But here's the thing. These girls are thinking like, oh, this is just a period in my life. Guess what? This is going to haunt you for fucking ever.
I mean,
well, but I mean, that's the choice you make when you go into sex work. If you put something on the internet, it's there forever, no matter where you do it.
I mean,
You hear
so
me?
just like
Just
I
make
said,
enough money at it.
until
See
you
me?
take it down.
Right. But I think there's also that disconnect with like this generation is that they're not really cognizant of like, oh, future.
Right. We grew up in the dawn of this era.
Yeah.
But that
And so
only
we all
matters if
learned
you want to
this.
get like a, I don't know, like a
Good
financial office job.
No,
or
but wait,
be a
Financial office job?
No, but hold on.
I mean, I did financial office jobby type stuff for a while.
But wait,
You
will
did
it still
Fudge?
matter? Will it still matter decades from now when these people who are basically
You almost
just,
said prostitutes.
no,
Oh, okay.
actually, no, that's
I
not
saw
what
the pee on your mouth.
almost
You go,
said. When these
Matt was hoping you would say
when these people who are doing this
True.
now, right, who are probably
Prostitutes?
late teens, early 20s, right,
not prostitutes though.
and they're doing sex work now on the internet,
Yeah.
and it's becoming very popular.
Very.
How many people are going to be in these positions in financial institutions and things like that who are going to be like, yeah, I did that too. I don't care if I see it.
I mean, I hope at some point, right? I mean, I jerk off to a lot of things on Chatterbait, and I'm just like, what are you
how
guys
many
going to be
years-
in the next 5 years?
How many years did it take for just like things as simple as beards and tattoos to be normalized in the office?
Yeah, but
that's what I
they're
was
still
gonna
not
bring
even normalized in the office. It depends on the industry you're in.
But
though.
it's still in a very relatively short period of time. Think about how often fashion really changes or the environment really changes
Hourly.
in the professional world.
I'm going to shit on both of you, but I want to hear what David says first.
Oh, okay. Exactly. Well, basically what Sean was saying was there was this period of time where when I was a teenager, everybody was like, oh, don't get tattoos or you won't be able to get a job.
and then you got into video games.
Yeah. Well, and nowadays every waiter and waitress has tattoos now.
Because they want to be actors.
Yeah, but they don't mean
But it's
jobs
actually
like
more expensive.
but there was
waiters and waitresses.
there was
They
a
mean
time-
jobs like
But there was a time
With a
when
401k.
they wouldn't hire you as a waiter or waitress if you had visible tattoos.
Yeah.
sure.
And but I think that there's going to be a period of time where it's like it's weird, and then eventually people will start getting over it if it becomes too
Right.
mainstream. But what's going to be weird is people will be able to look up their grandmother's OnlyFans account like from the past at some point.
That's hilarious.
Damn, grandma, that pussy was tight.
I'm going to
so
puke.
so be good at it.
Is that too much? Was I
too
crossing
much.
my
That's
line?
the line.
Like between that and
like,
the
we
alien
can-
skull.
we can talk about like
Sorry.
what's the difference between a pizza and a Jew?
What?
Pizza doesn't scream when you put it in the oven.
You son of a
That's
bitch. Do you not know the
soon.
difference between a Jew and an ashtray?
Too soon, guys.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I mean, we're actually going completely off the Richter over here.
We've been drinking.
We have St. Patty's Day. Cheers, gentlemen. Happy St. Patty's Day. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. out there.
Cheers. So here I'm going to shit on
cheers
both
the
of you.
camera.
Yeah, I really would.
Everybody cheers the camera. Bring it in.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Please.
shit on both of you real quick.
Yeah, please.
I think that the OnlyFans, unfortunately, is also, the porn industry had its own kind of thing, right? Like there was like, if you made that choice, you were in it for life.
Yeah.
I don't think this generation has that understanding.
They do.
No, they don't.
I feel they
I think
do.
a lot of people, I think a lot of the college people, the logic college kids are like, no, I'm just going to do this for college and that's it. And they're going to stop and it's never going to be a thing.
Potentially. I think this is what's interesting to me about OnlyFans is that we live in a society right now where we kind of, the rhetoric right now is about entrepreneurship, is about being your own boss.
Right.
It's about owning your own content. Like that is the world we live in. Maybe it's and I won't speak for the entire the United States, right? Because I live in a very entertainment boo-boo. Right? Like we live in a bubble because we're all in entertainment. So this is just like what our algorithms are feeding us on a daily basis, right? But I do feel that like the OnlyFans people, they want to have some control over their time. They want to have control over their finances and their future. If I can pop my pussy and be able to do that,
I so would.
I 100% would.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it depends on length
Nobody
of time.
wants to see
How
this,
long
though.
will
Nobody.
There's somebody
Maybe one
out there,
person.
Sean, I promise you. There's people out there that would pay for that.
Right. No, I guarantee there
It's
is.
just the length of like how much energy are you willing to put into it, because it's not as easy, right? It's not as easy just to like turn on your webcam and flap your pussy everywhere, because there's a lot of people flapping their pussy
Right.
on a camera right now.
No, I absolutely get that. And I understand that. But I think where I'm coming from is that, like you were just saying, they're pushing this entrepreneurial lifestyle. They're pushing this. The thing is, they're pushing it now. And I think the way that stories cycle through so quickly and things just like they're faded so quick. I think they have this built-in mentality that's like, no, this will be a thing in the past. It'll be gone. No one will care.
It's not going anywhere.
Right. But I don't think they understand that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this generation understands that, because they have experienced times where like celebrities have gone through huge things, but it's been folded over very quickly.
I just think they don't care.
And that's both a problem, because people who were in the industry and the porn and the originally, they were
it's a
in
problem.
it. No. I think it's a problem because they're not, number one, they're not going to add any value to society. Like they're fucking useless people.
I mean, if a pussy looks good, a pussy looks good. That's value to me.
I will say that all OnlyFans, not all,
just
but I would say most OnlyFans people are useless in terms of adding value to a society. Leave that
How?
to
They pay taxes. How is that?
I completely
they,
disagree.
They still have to pay taxes. They still have to.
So go be a stripper. Go work for it. Don't fucking
What's the
sit in your home like a
difference?
coward.
What's the difference? If I'm I'm just going to be an asshole. If I'm a stripper, then I got to pay fucking money to the club that I dance at.
Right.
I have to pay a percentage to X, Y, and Z. By the time I get my money back, fine. It all goes to a bunch of
But
other
it becomes
places.
lazy. Like, I'm not saying that they have to, like, I think that the rapport they probably have to keep up with their clients is exhausting. Don't get me wrong. I think that's probably very
The
exhausting.
other thing you got to deal with is a bunch of fucking assholes at a strip club, by the way. You're missing, like, if I'm a cam girl.
They don't have that. Exactly. They don't understand the repercussions.
It's perfect. There is
No,
a
it's not
distance,
perfect.
in my opinion.
If you don't learn the lesson, what's the fucking point?
What's
They're all
the-
going to be
oh.
useless trash.
Oh man!
Wow.
Not all of them.
Wow.
I think some may be fine, but I
if
say for the
there's
most part.
any cam girls out there listening to our show right now, I apologize.
I
for
know
Matt,
know
by the
people
way.
who are cam girls. I know people who are strippers, were strippers, are strippers.
bring them on the fucking
I
show.
know people.
Here's the thing. I have nothing against actual strippers.
Hold on.
Number
hold
one,
on.
I only said
know
OnlyFans.
people in
I only
every
virtually
realm of
fans.
what you guys just brought
This
up.
is heated, by the
And
way.
I will make sure that they all hear this conversation.
Good. I want to
because
say right now, I think strippers, people who are in the industry and working, like dancing, doing those things, I have a lot more respect for than an OnlyFans who can just turn a camera on their home and do it from the comfort without having to deal with the pressures and the stressors of people in their face being aggressive.
I think
you can block
I think
people.
you're discounting. I think you're discounting the pressures and stressors that are still present, just different.
I mean,
Okay,
they may be different.
hugely different, but also still very real.
They're
Like,
very
I know
real, but
people-
you can still
I know
block people,
Yeah, but
right?
it doesn't block people from stealing your content and putting it up for free,
But that's their
like
problem.
what Gary was talking about.
But that's so like in a strip club, you can't bring in phones, you can't bring cameras. Like the one you can bring phones, but like they are very adamant. You can't take pictures, do all this.
I'll
They
take you to
are
the library
putting up
right
their
now.
risk. They're putting up a risk.
And by the way, the people who I know who have now maybe this is anecdotal, I'll own that, but the people I know who do this kind of stuff are some of the most hardworking and passionate people I've met.
100%.
What
people who
value
are
they
real
adding to
go-getters.
society is my question.
They give people entertainment. It's no
That's it.
different than
It's
what
sex.
we
you
all
can
do.
look it up on anything else.
What? Hold on. Let me play this game with you, Matt. What
God,
value
you and I
do
have
you?
never been so far apart on the subject.
I'm right
I
there
just
with
don't
you,
like.
though.
I don't think that what they're doing now will be helpful for them later. I think it will be detrimental. I don't think it's good.
But you're kind of all over the place, man, because what your argument is stemming from is that you're more worried about the future them.
Right.
But then you're also talking about that you don't respect them being able to turn on a camera and have their own business. And
I never said I don't respect that. I said I don't agree. I think it's harder to be in a club and deal with it in person as opposed to turning a camera on.
Well, I have to say, I'm glad there's a variety of opinions on this because that makes it more interesting. But
This is actually the first time we've had a variety of opinions, honestly.
When I was listening to Matt, I was imagining a grandma telling a younger girl who was OnlyFans,
Oh, and like in the
Model
future.
or
yeah,
whatever.
telling her when I was a kid,
my cushy all over.
I had to deal
all
with
over that
aggression.
interweb nets.
All right, David, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, just
Back when all we had was cable.
yeah, exactly. I had to deal with aggression.
Aggression.
I couldn't just block people.
But yeah. Oh, is that it? What happened? Here's my
thought there was
I'm
David, I
sorry,
love you so
I
much
think I
because you
took-
bring up a really solid points and then they end so quickly. I don't remember what the point was.
Yeah, and then we were all like sitting here waiting for you to continue.
They had to walk in the snow to the strip club, and
It was
harder.
uphill.
Well, no, but here's the thing. I think that, like I said, I think the people who are doing this right now are growing up in a generation who will largely be in charge of their future.
100%.
And I think more people are on board with this than older generations.
And here's the
hold
thing:
on.
if for whatever reason is like YouTube, right? Like people want to have autonomy within their life. They don't want to be, a slave to another corporation making them a shit ton of money while they're putting so much effort in. Well, you know what? It's fine. They're gonna try it out. They're gonna put their pussy out there, their dicks out there, whatever the fuck they do, and then down the line, maybe it works out, and majority of the time it won't because of there's just a lot of noise out there, and fine.
Well, OnlyFans wouldn't be as big if it wasn't for lockdown. Like that made
No, absolutely.
That is also a very
The
interesting
pandemic has
point,
been
though.
huge
I
for
disagree.
it. Here's the other problem with that is too. It's a very now thing. Like when people get older, like the internet is a cruel, harsh place. They're going to be replaced because they don't fucking care. They will absolutely replace any girl, anybody with the newest thing. They don't fucking care.
Because here's the thing.
Not if you find
that's
your
the thing.
own audience.
Your
though.
own, but for a broad audience, hold on. For a broad audience, you're saying about they want autonomy. This is not autonomy because they're still being controlled by their clients, right? Because they have to do certain things to request for the money. That's not autonomy.
Yeah, but they get to
No.
do it on their own terms. Though.
No, you set what you could do.
Yeah,
you
you
set what you go. Here's what I'm going to do.
If the money's right, they'll change. I guarantee it. I fucking
that's
guarantee
oh,
it.
sure, yeah,
That's
but
everybody.
wouldn't
If
you?
give me $200?
Sexually
I'll be
speaking,
like, I'll
it's
suck your
debatable.
dick.
No, bro.
There's a
Everybody's got a
difference.
price for everything.
Everybody
Period.
does. Yeah.
For everything, yeah, but ours is like
Anyone-
500,000 to
anyone
a
who tells
million.
you-
I'm guaranteeing that
Everyone
like
who tells you there isn't a
$1,000.
price
It's not.
for anything
I have boundaries.
is lying or wrong.
I don't think they are thinking of the ramifications
This
that will
is heated. I
happen
love
when
it.
they
They're-
get older.
They're not
like,
thinking about it, but girls that go into porn don't always think that either.
but they also graduate into like directing and producing. Like that is a big thing. Like
Not
Lisa
always.
Ann,
Generalization.
Not
dude.
always. No,
It's a
no. I'm
big
not saying
generalization.
When did I say all of them? I say many of them. Most actually quit because they find it's just so degrading and so hard. That is a very real thing,
Yeah.
which could very well happen to a lot of these girls. Because guess what? You're going to be walking the streets, someone's going to recognize you, and they're going to assume that all you want to do is fuck. Guess what? That's your fault.
I think we're entering an age where it's a lot more understood, though.
No, it's not. That would be assume that the person on the other side of the camera is understanding of that. They're not. There's a fucking huge disconnect from people seeing what is happening to understand that's not the reality.
You mean so like the fantasy of it?
Yes, because they're controlling this person.
see that.
In their mind, they're controlling this girl by paying them money and telling them what to do. If they saw her on the street, they would think the same fucking thing, and that's not the case. Like that would become a harsh reality.
But are they really controlling? Because
Yes.
from what I understand about, and I could be completely off, okay? And I'm open to your perspective on this particular topic. However, from how I understand it is that it's basically a Patreon for porn, right? So if, say for instance,
Yeah.
let's just say that I had my own OnlyFans, and if you guys out there listening, I might want to do it if you guys are interested. Besides that,
Links are in the description
Links
down
are in the
below.
description below.
Nice plug.
Comment, please. You know what I mean? Shameless plug to my OnlyFans site.
You have an OnlyFans, don't you?
I wish I did. I'll jerk off for money.
Starting now.
I mean, I jerk off
Right.
anyway, so fuck it. Anyway, my point is I have an OnlyFans site, and I say, for $5 a subscription, you will get access to my lingerie photos and my posts or whatever. Okay, cool.
I would pay $5 to see Gary in lingerie.
But you understand what I'm saying,
I
right?
make
So,
it
like,
lose.
I would make him pay me $5.
oh, Matt, Jesus, thank you.
I love
buddy.
you. You know that.
I can tell you love me.
This is why you and I differ so strongly from his opinion, right there.
So
Here's
100%.
another
Because we're
problem
like,
with that.
yeah, sex.
Hold on. Before we
Okay,
jump
okay.
into this,
Sorry.
my
Fair enough,
point
fair
is that so at a tier level, $5 gets you access to this thing that I'm willing to do. A $20 tier level gets you access to this level that I'm doing. I don't feel, at least for me, I don't feel that I am like a slave to whoever's giving me money. I say, this is what I'm willing to do, and this is what the fee is. And if you want to do that, great. And if not, I don't feel obligated to do anything else outside of what I don't choose to do.
Right. You could absolutely say that is the case, but guess what? A stripper can absolutely tell a customer, go away. On OnlyFans, if someone's paying a lot of money, sadly, I think they have to put up with a lot of bullshit.
Says who?
But
Well, hold on. Says who?
Yes.
If who's making them do it?
No, I'm not saying it's not their choice, but if they want to keep people, they have to put up
If
with the bullshit.
one guy
I don't think so.
in all of the internet is causing you a problem,
You think one guy is causing a problem? I guarantee
Let's
there's
say
a bunch
20.
of fucking disgusting
let's
degenerates.
say 20 are causing you a problem.
I would say
on
it's
the entirety of the
200.
internet.
200 easily for one girl.
I just feel
So
like
what?
in this particular industry, there's
those
not a
200
lot of
people
people
aren't
that
your
are that
audience.
trolly.
But okay, going back to your point, this is what I was going to say earlier. When you have these tiers, these payments, right? When you have tiers and payments,
Yeah.
there's a sense of entitlement. Is there not? Answer that, both of you, right now. Is
I think
there a
if
sense
you-
of no? Stop. Is there a yes or no? It's a yes or no. Is there?
It's
No,
entitlement?
really
not a
not a
yes
yes
or
or no.
no.
You're wanting a black
No.
and white answer for something that may be very
If someone pays for
variable.
something, is there entitlement to
No,
it?
No,
Really? So if you bought a car and it didn't run, would you be pissed?
it's not the same
it's
thing.
not the same thing.
How's it not?
though.
You're offering money for services.
You're offering a limited license to
This is limited license because you have to renew it every month.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, technically, if you buy something and it doesn't work, say it doesn't work for you, how is that different?
I'm not seeing your example.
There
here.
is a sense of entitlement. If you pay money for something, right? You expect that.
That's if you're
you
paying
pay
for something, and you're
$30
not
for
getting
food.
what you.
If you pay $30 for
anticipated.
food,
That's a tangible good though. That's
but
different.
you can't get access to these things until you pay that money, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So you still have to pay that money up front,
Yeah.
and then they can get access to it.
Yeah.
So I don't
You'll
know,
get
I
a
don't know
lot
how it
of
works, but I think they build in protections for the girls to choose
to.
things that they want or not want to do.
No. Like all of it's blocked
but
until you
no,
pay
no,
a certain
no.
amount. All of it's blocked
Dude.
until you pay.
OnlyFans is, I mean, it's largely, okay, there are exceptions, obviously, with people who have managers and producers who are setting this up for them.
Yeah.
But it is largely independent sex workers who are setting their own boundaries. And
100%.
And
But
can
charging
100%
for
go,
each
you know what?
boundary unlock.
I have changed
basically.
my mind on this. You have a limited license to the content they provide that they can take away or pull down at any time once you've downloaded it and viewed it and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing they can really
But
do
you
about
can't even
that.
download it, by the way.
You can, but
Oh, can you?
Yeah, that's how they
Well,
leak.
there's
That's how they
ways.
leak
I gotcha,
stuff.
I
Like,
gotcha.
there
they can
are
do it.
ways, and it's none of it's above
And
board.
Sean will put that in the comments how to download them.
I love
But,
that David added that, like
yeah,
a
I
little
love
bit
that.
diffusion.
a little shit talker, huh?
No,
Okay.
I think
just kidding.
I think he was diffusing the tension personally.
Look, man, I think you have a big generalization of how this particular industry works, in my opinion.
I think it's also my view of the younger generation. I don't think they give a shit about hard work.
Do you not realize how difficult it is to put up a YouTube channel? Right? Like this is an argument that bugs me the fuck because
Hold
it's
on,
just like, oh,
hold
you're just a
on.
YouTube
Stop,
person.
stop
You're
right there.
just a
No, no,
camp
no.
girl.
Hold on.
Do you
I want to
not-
hear about.
Do you not understand the amount of energy and thought and creativity and entrepreneurship and challenge that it takes in order for you to consistently create content that is entertaining for people to want to purchase on a day-to-day, weekly basis?
So once again, there's a huge difference between us talking and a girl who's super fucking hot posing in skimpy clothing.
I think
You don't
that
have
is
to
a
do
big
much.
generalization that you're thinking just because a girl.
Bullshit. Go look at the pictures. They're all bending over. They're all doing the same poses.
Fine, but you're generalizing the idea that just because a pretty girl is up there, that they're bending over, people are just going to give them money because they're bending
You are
over.
ignorant if you don't think that's the case.
I don't think it's to the effect that you are hoping for because there's
Hoping for? What do you mean?
There is a lot of people doing the same exact thing. So it becomes like, what are you doing differently in order to create your own audience? There is a lot of work that needs to be done to differentiate your fucking ass bending so that somebody can see that and say, oh, I see value in what this person's content is creating for me in my life personally. And you're basically generalizing the value that person is giving to a singular person.
I think it depends on angles. I think it depends on what you're offering. Absolutely.
Yes,
but that's relative because go look at them. They're all the same.
And it's relative though.
Well, and I'm sure on some level it's an act too. They don't always feel like doing what they're doing.
No, I guarantee they don't feel like doing it. But I mean, there's that hard
It's a job.
Yeah. It's a job, but it's not sex one work, that dude. You needed to really. Yeah. Okay. I can
not
understand.
All sex work is porn.
It's not.
No, there's a lot of girls on OnlyFans who don't do nudity. They literally just do lingerie and they charge you for it.
Not all sex work is Pornhub. Not all sex work is Brazzers. But that's a very different world and environment.
Sites, by the way, and if you guys want to sponsor us, please message me.
But there's also a big difference too. I think, obviously the ability to go look at porn is free. I think when a lot of people buy OnlyFans, they're expecting a sense of connection, which a lot of the girls do offer. It's like, I will answer DMs. I'll do all this.
Maybe. But
all of them do that. No, don't say
Tears.
No, every single one that I've seen, they were like, I will respond directly to your messages. Now, that is not to say
it's not a hard, fast rule. I think it's
not a hard, fast rule, but you know what? If you want to stand out, you better talk to your fans. That's a generalization.
There's what's funny is there's absolutely zero difference between OnlyFans and Twitch. None. It is the exact same thing. Only selling different entertainment, and that's it.
Right. It's different, but it's also the level of entertainment.
I'm using Twitch, by the way, as a very generalized example.
Right.
Of
it's a streaming.
Whether you're streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or
Patreon.
But the big difference is the nudity, right? Like that is a huge difference.
It's just basically
the sexual content.
The sexual content is still prevalent in other streaming platforms. It's just different.
It's just not as,
which is why there's the stigma that titty streamers are always going to succeed over, say, like a guy like me who's nearing 40 and 300 pounds.
I'm not going to say always. I think there will be that, but I do think that there will always be a leg up for any person, whether it's man or woman or anyone in between, who is beautiful and has that. That is always a thing.
I 100% agree, but you're also stating that those people don't need to work as hard, and I don't agree.
I'm not saying they don't need to work as hard. I'm saying they don't work as hard.
I was actually just watching a thing about this very concept, and I think this might help kind of set a little bit of an expectation or a standard. But basically, to be a successful streamer ever in any realm, you have to have at least 2 of 3 things, right? One of those things can be good looking, right? Another thing might be quality content. The other thing might be unique content. You don't have to have all 3 things to succeed.
But I want you to see what
David some people are born.
Should I repeat mine for the 3rd time?
Yes, David, do it again. Do it. Do it.
No, but I have a question though.
Yes.
If you guys took, if there was a vagina time machine,
what does that even? Hold on.
Where would you go?
What does that mean?
Vagina time.
Hold on.
I love this time machine, by the way.
Is this a time machine that is a vagina?
Directly to where you want, your attraction.
Dear Gary's wife, if the next time you guys are in bed and he starts going, we're all very sorry.
And it's probably when we're like 50 years old and the coochie's just getting a little wild. I'm just like looking at him like
just playing with the meat curtains.
Can I just acknowledge real quick? That's exactly that's my concern for anyone who does this. As they get older, they're going to lose people.
But there's an audience for that.
There is,
but it's not as
Rule
big,
34.
Right? But it's not as big.
No, dude. If there is,
you can tell me that a 30-year-old versus a 50-year-old who's going to get more.
If you can think it, there is a genre for it.
That's
who's going to be bigger?
That's what we were saying. Law 34.
Law 34. Yeah.
Who's going to be bigger though?
I couldn't tell you accurately.
Relative.
Personally, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, now he doesn't have an answer. He's an answer.
Relative.
I don't know the numbers on that.
He don't know. He don't.
I can't tell you the numbers of that, but I'll tell you, it's popular enough that there are whole segments of that shit on Pornhub.
No, I'm not saying it's not popular. Like I'm mature. I love mature. That's my thing. I love it. But I don't think.
What are you doing, stepmom?
Jerking out the
What are you doing, step bro? It's really good, actually. I feel bad. Once again, this is my guilt kicking in about it.
I can hear it. I can hear it. You have a very unique.
I just think for a generalized population, I think more people will go for younger.
I mean, yeah,
that will be a much larger audience, and I think there is
because it's technology. It's technology.
No, I think this is general. Like it would be in any industry. The older the girls get in porn, the less they're wanted. by the majority. I'm not saying by people.
I mean,
I'm saying by the majority.
I do see your point that it doesn't necessarily carry on as well.
This is why this model works, though.
What are you talking about?
This is why this model works, though, because in the porn industry, fine, you get pushed out at 32 years old. You're basically created as a grandma fucker, right? At 32 years old. Well, guess what? I still have an audience, and the industry's pushing me out. So guess what? I'm gonna go to my OnlyFans site, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop my pussy for $10 a pop.
Okay, here's another thing I'm actually also concerned about. The younger, like, could you
Gary's
imagine?
saying that he's going to pop his pussy?
That is very concerning. I'm not going to lie.
That concerns me a little bit too.
Listen to me, guys.
Please no.
All right.
Like, there's a lot of really young girls doing it. Like, obviously women, it's known they mature faster than men. That is a known thing. Not all of them, but most of the time they mature faster than men. But I still think 19, 20, 21, like all this money and attention, it affects.
Really quick, bro.
What's that?
Your Midwest is showing.
Oh, hard.
We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be right back after these messages.
All right, this is our sponsor. Without our sponsors, none of this is possible. They fund all of this. Endangered Jerky, made from only the most unethical, sourced, and rare animals on the planet. Endangered Jerky strives to impact the ecosystem and your taste buds. With excellent flavors such as Pandalicious, Peppered Polar, and Bangin' Bengal, the last of the species never tasted so good.
We are also brought to you by Slumpy Chump's Penis Pump Rental House. Sick and tired of your best friend looking sick and tired? Well, now you can suck it up with a fine selection of high-quality pumps that will take you from flopper to topper in no time. With all sizes from thinner to winner, you're sure to find help you need. And remember, at Slumpy Chumps, all rental times and prices are flexible, so you don't have to be. So shrimping, for anyone who doesn't know, is when it's like a gay couple, two men, and one dude, basically blows his load in the other dude's butthole and then takes a straw and sucks it out.
That's felching.
Oh, I thought that. No, it's all shrimping too. It could be another name for it. That's my understanding. Is shrimping is when you just suck the butt stuff out of the butt.
Look, guys, I told you that my wife and I were. I told you guys that my wife and I were jumping into the alternative lifestyle.
Yes, you did.
The swinger kind of adventure.
Is it just called a lifestyle? I didn't think it was called alternative. I thought
it is. It's called the LS, right?
There are as many terms for it as there are. There are as many terms for it as there are people doing it.
Okay. Ooh,
that's a lot of words. People. It's a lot of fucking people.
Everybody has their own way of doing things.
So there was, what's really interesting about journeying into this particular lifestyle for me is that I realize how much of a prude I actually am.
I can see that. I mean, no.
Thank you.
No. Here's the thing: is like I know you're not a prude, but this is a completely different adventure, and like I'm sure it opens up certain things you really didn't know.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just like, whoa. I don't even know. I don't know.
What's your favorite thing that you found out?
Don't know.
You're next.
What's that?
What's your favorite thing you've discovered about yourself so far?
That's
or your most interesting thing? You can calm down.
Well, you know what it is? It's just like what people are asking to do because it's and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never dated. I've never dated people. I've never had to go on a dating app. I never had to do any of those types of things. I've been with my wife since I was 16 with a small amount of break in between that didn't even give me enough time to jerk off on my own.
No real experience in the courtship.
100%, right? Like 100%. Yeah. Maybe we went to Panama City and got super drunk with a bunch of Florida chicks and then just like fucked. Like, but that was like
that a thing?
Oh, it happened for sure.
Who did you fuck?
Just some random chicks from fucking Florida. Here's the thing. Like
Is that the incident or is that
no. This was when I was in college. I don't know if you guys out there knew, but I played Division I college football in the South, and so
you talked about it on the last three podcasts.
Did I said, thank you.
Have you really? No, I'm here for you.
Yeah, has he really talked about that?
Probably.
Oh no, like at least the last one or two.
No, I don't even remember him saying the last one.
I just covered three.
Regardless, I played football. I was fucking super yoked and healthy, and all that yoked. Yeah, I looked like a fucking scrambled eggs mixed
yellow.
in the
You
white.
look like the yellow part of an egg. Just a little blob.
Just a little blob. all the protein. That was super yellow
sitting in a pan, sizzling.
That's why they call it yolk, right? Because you're just like, oh, all that protein, bro.
Yeah,
it's all cholesterol in the yolk, by the way.
Fucking cock diesel over here. Nice.
Anyways, we ended up during spring break while I was out in college, we ended up going to Destin and then Panama City, Florida, and we got a beach house. And you just, you go out and do what you do.
Yep.
You have a good time. It's college, we're 20, 22, something like that. I can't even remember how old I was at this point. And so we had a good time, and you just go hook up with chicks.
You know the difference between Destin and Destiny is?
Nothing. Why? Dude, I asked myself that. I've asked myself that shit. While I was
This is what happens when I'm not on anything that is altering my mind.
Yeah. Anyway, what's interesting enough for me is so I don't have much experience. I don't have much experience being in other dating worlds. And so but what I do like about the swinger lifestyle is that you're not dating people to marry. No. You're not dating people to have a real relationship with.
Okay, that one actually I feel like can go both ways, because I do know a couple people in the lifestyle, and some of them actually do build very strong, healthy.
I'm sure you do, but that's not necessarily what starts.
He means a romantic partnership.
I got you. Okay,
at
that's
all,
fine.
right?
That's
like
fine.
I'm not looking. My wife and I are not looking to go out and be in
physical intimacy only, and that's it. It's just emotional.
And
intimacy.
I love the terminology, right? Because language is very important. They call it playing.
Cunnilingus.
Yep.
They call it playing for a reason, right? It's not like we're not making love, right? Like that's something that you and somebody very into. You're just fucking playing. Nice. This is just fun.
It's playtime,
right? It's playtime.
It's recess.
David in the corner.
Yeah, 100%. It's just fucking playtime.
Whether it's cocks or blocks, boys and girls.
First and foremost, can I just say something real quick? I think David would be the guy eating the pizza.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just vigorously jerking off in the corner, eating the pizza during the role play fantasy.
And then on the pizza,
but then you make him or her eat the pizza, or you eat it yourself. I mean, depending upon your fetish,
I don't fucking know either.
Hey, I've tasted myself. I didn't.
You cummed on your hand. You're like,
who hasn't? Come on, really?
I'm pretty sure you and I are the only ones.
Oh
no, I've done it for sure.
Okay.
This is my whole scenario about.
Hold on, David.
David. Do you know?
Have you?
I think I have, but I don't even remember.
I think I know you would remember this.
Well, okay.
This motherfucker.
It's
just Sean's aggressive. You would know.
You would know.
He's like, wait.
I mean, I agree with Sean.
I honestly don't remember what it was like. I don't remember.
Oh,
that's fine.
Did.
I don't remember what it's like either, but I did.
No, mine. Here's the thing. I remember mine tasting like melon. What's the green melon? What's that called? Honeydew?
Honeydew.
Yeah, that's what
my favorite kind of melon. No, I'm not coming on to you, but that must have been pretty tasty.
You want to find out?
Well, I mean, how's your diet these days?
I'm dying right now.
Now, every time you eat watermelon or melon, you're going to think about that.
Every time I'm going to be like,
you're like, oh, it's like eating Matt.
Matt.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
Just tell all your friends, like, I got a healthy order of Matt over here. They'd be like, huh? And we at a family, at Thanksgiving or something, just rubbing a piece of honeydew all over my face.
You're like, can you give me a piece of that honeydew melon, please?
My mom's gonna be like, is that like a skin treatment? I'll be like, yes.
Yes, 100%.
Rub it in. Rub it. Yeah. It's
so why are you taking the melon to your room?
Process.
Get the fuck out of here, guys.
It's a matte mask.
It's a matte mask.
That got to a different level.
We found our title for the fucking episode. It's going to be called Matte Mask.
Fucking Sean,
I'm here for you guys.
I fucking love you guys. Anyway, so what I started realizing through is the ask of people.
What do you mean? The ask of people?
Because it's play.
Hey, that person's got a nice ask.
No. No, it's really geared towards what people are wanting to do in this lifestyle, right? It's people want to get DP, DVP.
Wait, what's DVP?
It's double vaginal penetration. Double vaginal penetration.
I figured it out as I said it, unfortunately.
People are they have a lot of
I have a lot of respect for people who pull that off, by the way. That is a complex operation.
Both men have to have a pretty big dick, right?
Not necessarily. It's just a very complex operation either way, though.
I mean, just from a Tetris standpoint, it just seems like
the logistics alone
way to put the blocks.
You really have to have somebody who's good at coordinating a team of people.
Yeah, you need a commander in that room.
I'm talking real like team synergy.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and all the other office buzzwords I can throw in there.
100%.
They make it look easy on Pornhub, but
They really do.
They make
but
it look they
Well,
because
they
they're
do.
all they're all
practiced.
rocking like Niners.
dude, I mean, and I'm rocking a
Niners.
barely a 7er, and I don't even.
Here's the
like
thing:
I
is
got
that you
much,
keep saying
dude.
barely, like that's still a fucking solid size, bro.
I
like
mean-
the average is like 5.5. I think just under 6.
I
Like,
just
you're
don't
above
realize that I
average.
have these giant mitts. So like my dick in my hand does not feel as big as maybe it sounds.
Well,
Right? The
congratulations.
illusion is real.
The illusion may be real, but the reality is not the illusion.
It's actually great
Potentially.
because my girlfriend's got really petite hands.
Yeah, that's the
Makes
best
my
thing.
dick
It makes
look
my dick look really good. Yeah, that's gonna be my
Fucking
my
Gulliver's
next,
Travels.
Yeah.
right.
That's gonna be my
Lila,
next.
Lila put it in your butt. No, what?
Oh,
So wait, hold on.
So
Yeah,
hold
keep
on.
going.
So what's interesting to me is just like I'm like I don't think I would do that. I don't know if I'm up for something like that. I mean, maybe down the line, but
What, the dick rubbing part?
potentially. I mean,
Ooh,
there's just
crossing
like a
swords.
lot of things that like are happening. One that got me pretty.
Gay if it's a 3-way.
No, one that got me pretty intensely. And like, look, I'm not a homophobe. I don't give a
You've heard
fuck.
that
You
song.
know, you guys want to suck each other's dicks. You guys want to have a good time. You guys want to have a relationship. You motherfuckers want to get
What do you
married
mean
and
by
have
you
a
guys?
life. Homosexuals, like gay people, right? Like,
what about bisexuals? Like men can be bisexual.
right. And this is my point.
about
This is
pansexual?
my point. I'm not. I don't
if you're
care
sucking
either
off
which
pans?
way, but it was one of those moments. Like I was reading this couple's post, and this couple, they both were bi.
Okay.
Right. So it was a bi wife and it was a bi husband.
Mhm.
And in the post, the guy literally stated, "What I want you to do is come in my wife so that I can suck it out of her pussy."
Okay.
And then I thought to myself, I was like, I don't know if I could do that.
You're like you do it.
You
and
know
turn
what I'm
around real quick,
saying?
You're like I can't watch. this.
I would be like, you can do that, but I'm going to look away.
But isn't that
because I don't know if but that was a moment for me that I was like, wow, I'm actually more prude than I thought I was.
But isn't it interesting though? Is I think it's literally just the sexual gender. Like obviously, I mean, for a guy, if like you were to blow another girl,
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even know if I would like to see another girl eating my cum out of another girl's pussy.
your wife's.
I don't think I would like that either.
Interesting.
I don't
Okay,
think I would. I
okay.
really don't. I just think the action itself just doesn't feel, it just feels dirty to me, regardless of the
that's why
gender
it's
doing
great.
it.
Oh my God, Sean has the most amazing smile
That's
right now.
why it's
Dude,
great.
he
that
is
that,
gleeing.
that
Hold on.
dirtiness. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Hold on.
But that's my point. I don't think I just don't know. I feel like more vanilla than ever.
Hold on, David. You came here from visiting your girlfriend. Like what? I've never really heard your thoughts on
Did
this.
you?
Did you? No, I've never really heard, or maybe I wasn't paying attention because I was on my phone because I do have a serious problem with that. Do you like?
We're
What are
all
your
ADD.
thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on like the lifestyle and things like that? I don't know if I've actually ever heard that.
I mean, I don't.
We've always talked about it when he wasn't here.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
we had the big
missed- that was the
conversation when
first
he
one
wasn't
I
here.
missed. I was kind of bummed, but
I was kind of bummed.
yeah,
I'm here for you now, David.
I
would you like to
haven't
share?
participated, but I kind of don't. What other people do, I can vicariously live through other people that are more adventurous than me.
Yeah, that's called porn.
Yeah, but I
called porn.
but I haven't participated in that. I think I've had like a mild like threesome with another girl.
What does
but
that
was a
mean?
long
What is a
time ago.
mild threesome? Like, oh, you had
Well,
hot, spicy, and mild? Like, what is this, Taco Bell? Like, what's happening?
What package
Groping,
did you
making
get?
out,
Yeah,
maybe some
right?
oral.
Well, because my girlfriend started it, but then she ended it because she got jealous.
Oh, yeah, that's very understandable.
Common.
Yeah. That happened, actually. I was telling
Not just with women,
I was
but
telling
with men too.
Oh, yeah, that happens with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it can. I'm not saying, I don't want to say it does
So
happen.
it's super common.
Yeah. But I was with, I was telling Bird when we were out there, and I don't know if I think I told this.
Bird's my wife's name, guys. By the
Yeah,
way.
sorry.
Yeah.
Bird
Way
is
to out her.
Gary's wife. I didn't give her your real name, you twat.
That's not a real
Fucking-
name.
Oh my God. I'm going to
Regardless.
punch Sean in his fucking cooch.
Please,
Sorry,
I
go
want-
ahead.
Anyway, so
Don't let me interrupt.
one of my favorite stories growing up as an adult was after college, me and my buddy, I was dating a girl at the time, but it wasn't anything serious. It was dating. It was like, I was like 24 maybe, and it wasn't anything serious, but like there was a wedding we were going to up in northern Wisconsin, and my girlfriend at the time lived in Chicago, and we were on the phone with her and we were just bullshitting. And then Josh, oh shit, my buddy threw it out there and he was like, how do you feel about a threesome? And she was like, I'm okay with it. So we kind of coordinated this whole thing that after the wedding, we would drive down through Chicago and we would meet up at a bar and see if everyone got along, just like doing that whole thing. And it was great because when we got there, this is actually when the Blackhawks were in the Stanley Cup finals. So we went to this bar across the street from a hotel that we had rented a room at. And like it was filled with the stereotypical Chicago types from all across the board. But like we were surrounded by a bunch of dudes, and I shit you not, they had pop collars. Like this was the time when pop collars were huge.
How south was that?
Oh my God. Well, no, it was north. It was north side. It was North Chicago because there was more money.
Yeah.
And
the visors, the white visors.
I don't know if they have. I think it's some of them did
it now, Sean.
Right, Jesus, they're gonna do it now. But so we're all three of us are there, and we're like, we're talking, we're having a good time, and I'm like kissing on her and stuff like that. And I go to the restroom. I come back out. I see both of them laughing hysterically. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And one of these like douchey like bros comes over and he pulls me to the side, like trying to be like a big brother kind of thing. And he's like, hey, listen. He's like, bro. He did say bro. He's like, bro, I don't know how to tell you this, but when you went to the bathroom, I saw your girl and the other dude, like they're making out pretty hard. Like, bro, I don't know how to tell you. I looked at him. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, nice. And you could tell that my reaction threw him off so much. He pulled his arm around for me. He's like, and then he walked away.
You should be so pissed off.
I have had people.
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, I'm thrilled because that means they're getting along. That's great. So we all go back to the hotel room. It's awesome. We start doing tequila. It's a great time. And she gets into this very nice lingerie. It's awesome.
I hear that's the best part.
It's actually, she looked amazing. Anyway, like we all start having fun with it. And my two favorite things happened that night. Number one, I love my buddy to death, but apparently when he saw my naked ass, like near him, he couldn't do it anymore. Like he just like it stopped. So like she had to, she was doing her thing and was just like, you know what, fuck it. And she put a finger inside and hit the restart button. And he like that. He was done. Like he just blew it and it was done.
Wow.
After a little touch.
Good for him.
But the other thing,
she got the magic touch.
She does. And just before that though, we did the stereotypical Eiffel Tower maneuver. If you don't know what it is, YouTubers, please look it up. YouTube. Or whatever, Spotify,
Pornhub,
whatever you're
X
hearing.
videos.
If you literally, I think if you Google Eiffel Tower, it's going to give you the structure or the maneuver.
Over the maneuver.
You have two options.
Yeah.
So, anyways, me and my buddy, we're like 25, he's 24. We like high five as like she's blowing him and I'm behind, and we high five. And from then on, we couldn't stop laughing because as soon as we high fived, she started laughing, but she's blowing him. So all we hear is,
get the fuck out of here, dude.
We all started laughing so hard. But I think that encapsulates kind of the energy of that kind of lifestyle. It's like you have fun. You're playing.
It's play. It means nothing. Fun. It means nothing.
And like, that's when I get sad when I hear about like things when, threesome sale or whatever it may be, or, group sex. It's like someone is not entering with the right mindset. We all have the mindset of like, this is just fun. And like, we're going to see what happens.
What I realize is that not everybody goes into the relationship thinking that mentality.
No, absolutely.
Like, I think everybody wants to have that mentality. They want to have that, but like pre-programming really gives you a disconnect to actually having that. Right. Mm-hmm. And so to be honest with you guys, like my wife and I, we've been jumping on a couple of dates. We found this couple that we went on a couple of dates with. They're really cool couples. We have a lot in common. The husband is a creative director at a brand studio. Nice. Him and I kind of like hit it off because we have like language.
Because you're in the industry.
Because we're in the industry, right? Like it was pretty cool, the chick and all. Like we all just had like good conversation, right? Like it was reasonable. I just don't know. Like we got off the fucking date, and I say off the date because during COVID time, right? As we do, we're not meeting face to face automatically. We're zooming just to be safe, until because there's no point, right? Right. So we would schedule an hour Zoom date to just have drinks and kind of bullshit, but we were on the fucking call for like 3 hours.
Nice. That's a good thing.
I think so, right? Like it just got to a point where we're just like, guys, we would love to hang out with you guys more, but we're fucking tired.
Yeah, if you click like that.
And we did it twice. Huge. I agree with Sean. We did it twice. And so, here we are, they were like, so they basically were just like, when do you guys want to come over?
Nice.
Right. But my bullshit, my bullshit insecurity becomes, well, are we gonna go over there as like friends and like just like hang out, or are we gonna like do stuff? I don't know. You know, like I feel so awkward about the whole situation. Also, too, bear in mind, like I'm quite insecure with like I'm a big dude, right? Like I'm 330 fucking pounds of like
It's well distributed. It's well distributed. Okay.
You want to know?
You're not like my 600-pound life kind of person. Like everything is well distributed. You're a very handsome man.
Thank you.
You know
I
how many women
appreciate
love that gorilla build, by the way?
No, I don't,
Bro, there's a hilarious bro.
I just
have to pop
don't,
my
man.
collar
I really
real quick.
don't.
Yeah.
There's a hilarious tweet where some girl was like, she compared it was like 6-pack in shape dude, uncomfortable to lay on, obsessed with their image.
That's what
I
my
have
wife
to live up to
said.
their standard. Dad bod, comfortable to lay on, doesn't give a fuck. We'll eat pizza on the fly. Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Like,
I mean,
how
that's
it's
basically
broken
my
down.
life, by the way.
But I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's
I totally
not
am.
just that though. Like, you have the strength to back up your size.
I do,
You know, so
for sure.
and a lot of women are going to notice that and
Yeah.
go, "That's power."
Dude, that's what
a
my wife
big
told me a couple weeks ago. She was
ball
literally
of
just
meaty
like, "Look,
power."
honey,
That's some,
you
like,
can bench press
subliminal
me
though.
a million times," and I'm like, "Well, a million's a lot."
But there is actual like teddy bear testosterone appeal. So my dad was a big dude. Like I'm
Of course he was. He's Samoan.
no. My dad was a white, but my dad was
My
like,
dad was a white.
no, my dad's he's a whitey. No, but
He's one of you people.
He's a white boy.
he man, my mom's the Hawaiian one, but my dad he was 350 to 400.
Holy shit.
And,
All right.
and he was he worked a lot. He was, he's like distributed and stuff, but there was like a teddy bear appeal. Like some girls
They're
just
comfortable.
liked
Like you
I
want to
don't know.
hug them.
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to
Well,
bounce them.
they felt protected around him. They
Yeah,
felt
that's
like,
a good. That's a
guess.
good point. No.
Yeah, but here's the real question though: did other people around him want to fuck him?
Probably.
he had game.
Did he?
Yeah, and he
That's all you need to know. He
He
had
just
game.
had confidence and he didn't try.
I think that's a
Like, he didn't
confidence coming.
try.
Well, I think that's a confidence of coming in. Like I can probably beat the fuck out of most people here, but number two,
Mhm.
I'm happy with me.
Well, and that's I told my wife
Really?
too. I was like, "Look at."
Number one, I can't say that I know this confidence because I walk into a room with all three of you and like, well, I think I may be able to take David. I can't fight the rest.
See, the thing is, you're one of the, you're quick. That's going to be the difference.
I'm a gazelle, bruh. I
Yeah.
will outrun you all day.
Yeah, if
But-
you're running from me, I'm not going to go chase you.
Yeah, no, Gary and I probably fight very similarly where we're just going to stand there and wait for you to make that one mistake.
And then
We
you're
make
like,
one move
cool.
and it's over.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run the other way. Fight or flight. Let's go ahead and
that's
fly
what he
like
means
an
by
eagle.
when I can beat the fuck
Yeah.
out of anyone in this room is beat pavement.
Yeah,
Oh, I could never.
I
beat-
can thunder through the asphalt as
I
fast
think,
as anybody.
I think David has the dad strength that I could not contend with. Number one, I think that's what that would be
I
my
think-
downfall.
I'm
I
telling
think-
you, curls of 20-pound kids.
I think
just fucking
David's got
gets
some
you,
like
right?
stealthy ass like Chuck Norris style shit here.
You,
Oh, absolutely.
You never know.
Bodies in the trunk. It's always
It was
the
so
quiet-
subtle.
And for him too, he never
I'm not saying
knows.
about me. I'm just saying you never know. Who
You
could
never
be.
know.
You never- it could happen at any day.
But size helps a lot.
It does. So
Sure.
on an
Mass.
unrelated note, well, actually, is a related note. I interrupted and didn't finish your story. Like, what was this like pseudo kind of threesome that happened? Like, what were the details here? You're like, it was mild. Like, what?
Oh wow, that was a while back.
I know.
We really went on
Okay.
a tangent.
This is
So
what we
okay,
do.
I thought we were talking about me, but we can go to David.
Shocking.
So I was there was the hot girl in school, and I finally got to date her after high school,
My man.
and I didn't know
Fucking
she had.
A, I wish
didn't
I had
know-
a clap
She went off to college
sound
and
effect right
found
now.
out that she likes girls also.
Ow.
So we had that in
Really?
common, and we were always like.
we had that in common.
So she was
That's my favorite thing.
she one of her friends was from Brazil, like Brazilian chick with like curly hair
And
brown.
rocks. Nice.
Yeah, just both in the prime, and then we went to a club, and then we went to the beach after, and then it just escalated to like kissing and clothes, and then like coming off, but then one girl, the other girl was like trying to make everything go all the way. And then that's when she kind of put her foot down and was like, okay, I'm done.
yeah,
and then-
I'm out.
Here's the thing. You could hear the collective silence as we were listening to your story. We're just like, nice. I think I have an erection.
And then when the girl just put the kibosh, we're like,
That's when we all interrupted. We're like, all right, that's the story. So, well,
But I mean,
congratulations. Regardless, that's a huge accomplishment.
She went off to use the bathroom, And then I could have kept going because the other girl wanted to, but I was like, oh man, this could be the girl that I marry. But if I knew that she wasn't going to be, and she was going to break up with me a couple of months later, I would have played that differently.
Oh, hindsight's 20/20.
You better say,
brother.
fuck it.
Yeah, but you did the right thing by the person you were with, and that's
you
gonna-
got a better. You are a
conscience,
respectable
hopefully.
human being. Like you are a good man.
You're a better
good man.
You're a better man for it.
So going back to what Gary was talking about, the whole process. Obviously, Sean, you know more about this world. Like, what have you experienced in relation to what Gary has experienced? You know, in terms of like, you know, going into these thoughts, these preconceived. I don't want to say preconceived. That's actually not right. But just like, what did you find that you were like, oh, I'm okay with this, or things you're like, oh, I guess I'm not okay with this, like.
It's a process, really. For me, I didn't like know what I was okay with all at once.
Yeah,
like I kind of
that's where I feel.
I dipped my toe into this world probably more slowly than I've done anything in my life. I've technically been in the lifestyle.
Besides waking up in the morning,
right? And with more grunting, less grunting than when I wake up in the morning. No, like I've been in the scene in some fashion for a little over 20 years.
Jesus,
and,
I forgot it was that long. Wow.
And
Impressive.
You know, for the majority of like the first few years, I was just kind of an observer because I never wanted to enter into it and not know what I was getting into because I have a real obsession with being in control.
Yeah.
And, which is why in my kink life, I am very dominant. But I think that for me, like it was a lot of discovery.
Yeah.
So like it was a lot of trial and error, but it's most important that you have somebody who's patient with you while you do that.
Yeah.
You know,
do you think another component of that is like, 20 years, like obviously you were in your late teens, early 20s at that point in time?
Yeah. Late teens.
Do you think a lot of it has to do, the comfortability with like, I'm sure Gary knows for the most part who he is sexually, like what he enjoys. Not all of it. I'm not saying all of it, but for the most part, you're like, I enjoy being dominant. I enjoy being like this. Okay. Gary's shaking his head. So fuck me running.
Gary doesn't strike me as a dom type.
Do you think that once you get older and you have a better understanding of who you are, sexually speaking, like those kinds of the weeding out process becomes faster in that regard?
Oh yeah. I mean, most of the time, yeah. And you kind of know who to like, you kind of attract people like you.
Yeah.
So you're going to end up like, once you kind of get more comfortable with yourself, people will be attracted to you when they go, oh, this guy knows what they want, and I know what I want. So, and it happens faster,
Yeah.
What the fuck was that, Chuckles?
I just think it's funny because I do realize that like when I'm seeking people through like the apps and stuff like that, majority of the people that I click on to be like somebody I might be interested in for me and my wife, they're usually people that maybe either one look like us or they have the same type of like humor or education background or
things that you have in common are great.
100%. Right. But what I found more humorous was just like, basically we want to fuck ourselves.
I mean, don't we all?
I mean, and the ego that comes with that kind
massive.
of concept, which I think that's why I giggled at that
fair.
point,
So, all right, here's my question. Sean said that you're clearly not dominant, which I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, hold on, let's go around the room real quick. What is
let me preface that, and Gary, tell me if I'm on with this, right? Because you haven't actually told me.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what's the
But I would say that because Gary is in a position to be in control most often throughout his day,
right?
The thing that he is going to seek is the release of not being in charge.
I will say that to this perspective, I don't know much about my own sexuality just yet.
That's very interesting.
Because you got to understand, like, I think this is one of the main reasons why my wife and I are kind of interested in journeying into this lifestyle, because we've been together with each other for so long, but we want to have a deeper and more connected sex life with each other. I mean, our sex life is great.
Yeah.
We have a good time. We enjoy sex with each other. We don't feel like we're missing anything, but we do feel like there's like something that we could be doing better. We feel like there is an experience that we can be having together that is more connected, that it's more open. It's more, you know what I'm saying? And so I think for us, we realized that like we haven't had the sexual experiences that maybe you have had, Matt.
That's a very interesting point too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this gives us an opportunity to kind of have our own self-discovery in that world and then come back to each other in a beautiful way to be able to share and contribute back to our own sex life. I mean, that's
makes sense.
in theory, right? Like we'll say in theory.
A lot of that actually makes sense though, especially when you talk about how long you guys have been together, you know, majority of your lives, things like that. Like
20 years. It will be almost 20 years in April.
Yeah. And you've had 2 partners in total, basically? Technically?
3 total.
Okay.
3
in 20 plus years. How many years you been alive?
35.
35. So every decade
Don't
he's
judge
put
me,
his penis in
guys.
somebody. David, you've had more than 3. We know 1 for sure. But I mean, what would you say is your typical stance when it comes to in bed who you are in terms of? I don't like the fact there's only one like sub-dom because I think we all embody different portions of it. I think Sean agrees with that.
I don't know what category I fall under. I definitely prefer to be aggressed in the beginning. I could take over at some point.
That's a very good way of putting that.
I like aggressed. I think that's a very good analogy, or not analogy. It's just straight up word. No, it's a good comparison for it. So you like to, so that would lend itself more to a sub kind of mentality.
I end up with a lot of girls who
Fucking
like,
Godzilla leaving the.
I think it's time to break the seal.
Yeah, he had to break the seal. So that does
a lot of beers.
It is. We've had a few beers, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if, in case you can't tell, because we all are very good at not slurring. I think the first half we were like aggressive, but now we're all just kind of like, and that could be in part because all I love to do is antagonize.
So you like to be aggressed.
Yeah. So you like to be more of a not entirely submissive, but you enjoy the.
I think like
partner
deep down
control.
inside, I feel insecure until someone makes you feel wanted.
Okay.
And then you're like, and then usually
Then you can relax into it.
Yeah. Then yeah.
There's definitely something to be said about enthusiasm, and sometimes that enthusiasm can be found in that sort of aggression from your partner.
I think
that sexual aggression.
Enthusiasm is a huge component of like sexual enjoyment. Like if you can feel the excitement from your partner, I think that obviously it would add to the.
It's an absolute must component for me.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like
if they're not into it,
someone.
Done.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, what are we doing? Like, I don't like. It's I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's interesting that I think based off what you told me earlier about your job and how it went, I'm guessing you're more of a dominant personality, especially because you enjoy control. I'm the same way. I'm hugely dominant. Like
I like to be an orchestrator and a nurturer. So yeah, I like to be in charge.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Wait, orchestrator. What was the second word?
Nurturer.
Oh God, I wouldn't say I'm nurturing. Sadly,
I say nurturer.
Isn't like
probably not in the way you think.
In certain lifestyles, though, it's like if you're dominant, it can be paired with nurturing, right? Is it like
so? When you're dominant, most typically, and I would say probably. From my own perspective and opinion, it is better if you're going to be a dominant that you are in some fashion a nurturing type, because if you are not and you're doing it completely selfishly, you're probably doing it for the wrong reason. If you are not caring about the other person, or if you don't have their needs in mind when you're being a dominant, you are ultimately going to risk more. So you're going to have a greater risk of causing hurt or damage to the other person because you're going to be doing it selfishly.
I think that's a very good point. Like if you don't have the other person's, if you don't communicate like, hey, this is what I want. How do you feel about that? If they're not receptive of it, I think that can obviously cause a lot of strife and a lot of damage in the experience overall, especially if someone's trying to fake it. Like that's,
or you may overstep something and take something that somebody was willing to try too far. And because you weren't attentive and you weren't considering the other person, you might take them into territory that could be physically and or mentally scarring. And
David,
yes,
what is your fantasy?
What is my a pool of Jello with
what the fuck
with 50 girls.
Hey, no king
touche.
shaming.
All right, touche. I apologize. I should not have done that.
Pool of Jello. Go ahead.
With 20 girls.
Holy shit, my man got stamina.
Got the harem going. I love it.
I can't take care of all 20. I just want 20.
No.
How many would you take care of?
Oh, I don't even know.
Bro, you can
some
I mean, one and a half.
I think the idea of having a harem is more like
They're gonna take care of themselves too.
Here's the thing: is your mic isn't on, so it's hilarious.
Oh god damn it!
Nicely done there.
Ooh, boys.
Somebody's had too much time to wine.
Not yet.
Oh,
is that water?
That is water. There's a great line in a song, and it says, "I don't drink too much. I drink enough." And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking embody that most of the time when it comes to writing too." It's one of my favorite little lines. But actually, I didn't realize how many like really well-known writers like Hemingway or who was with Fitzgerald and several others, like they fucking drank to the point that it killed them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously
Van Gogh and all.
Well, Van Gogh, but like there's a huge I don't want to say belief, but there's like this mystery, like, oh, if you drink, you'd be more creative. I think to an extent you can, a few beers can, or a few drinks can loosen the mind. Same
It's
thing.
loosening the ego, not the mind.
That's a very good point too. It is. It's the release of like the constraints and everything like that. But there's also a point where it can become too much. And I think it wasn't who fucking wrote Alice in Wonderland. What was his name?
Oh. Yeah. I don't know the guy's name, but
It's fucking killing me right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, like there's the whole myth that
David's looking it up and he's going to say it. And I'm going to be like,
and Gary's just throwing fucking shit around.
I mean, I'm drunk, guys. It's fucking St. Patty's Day.
Kong
Thank
Godzilla.
you.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong coming out theaters in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. To the day.
I literally screamed like a little girl when you told me that.
Thank you.
I
I couldn't tell if you're being mocking or being serious.
No, I love Godzilla. I gotta
excited
share
for
with
it.
you my shirt. Like I love Godzilla.
No, I believe that. It was just,
when you walk into my house, what's the first piece of art that you
It's a
see?
Godzilla
It's a
artwork.
Godzilla piece of work.
I watched with Kelsey. I made her watch the 1974 version of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla because Mechagodzilla is going to be in the new one. For fuck's sakes, Godzilla and Mechagodzilla and King Caesar is the name of the other monster in that one. Maybe they're in the movie 10 minutes.
wait, in Godzilla versus Kong, it's going to be Mechagodzilla?
He's going to be the third villain. Yeah, he's going to be the other.
Okay.
You can see it in the trailer. You can
sets it
see
up.
Yeah, they have a whole thing set up. Like the
They
toys
have
have been.
Mothra coming, right?
No, Mothra was in
Mothra's
King
in
of the
the last-
Monsters.
yeah,
So
last
Mothra died. The original Mothra died. There's an egg that has been reborn.
Right.
That will continue it. But for this one, they've already released like what's Panko? What are the toys called?
Plinko?
Is it Plinko? Like with the little
toys.
bobblehead toys, like the little toys.
Funko.
Funko. Thank you. Yeah, they've already
And
released
Lewis Carroll is the name.
Lewis Carroll, thank you. They released the Funko toy for Mechagodzilla and some other images, so he's obviously there. So there's that. But yes, Lewis Carroll, there's the whole, I don't know if it's real, but there's this whole backstory that he took either mushrooms or something,
Probably acid.
and then he woke up
Or
and
opium.
he had
Opium.
written, it may have been opium actually, but he woke up and he had written the entire manuscript for Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
What is? Oh,
Yeah. Is that the worm?
the caterpillar.
Oh, so here's the thing though, is like they have done, like obviously they've done studies like DMT and some other things where it's like, drugs to that extent do activate a certain part of the brain that allows for more
chemical,
creativity and do these other things. And so there's this interesting dynamic of, yes, like alcohol and things like that, I don't think are good for writing or anything creative, because at the end of the day, they will damage it.
Potentially.
In moderation, I think can help.
What about the guy that wrote Fear and Loathing? What's his name? Hunter S. Thompson?
For fuck's sakes, have you heard? I'm going to pull this up real quick. Y'all can continue talking.
I mean,
this was his
I'm just
diet at one point in time when Hunter S. Thompson
Dude,
was.
I've read this one.
I read it and I was like, how did he ever survive a day doing anything? But
It's just the guy lived in his mind and he just wrote it down. That's what it seems like.
No, I mean, I will give it to him. He was a unique human being. All right, here we go. A day with Thompson, Shivas, Dunhills, Coke. I don't know when this was written, but it says Hunter Thompson's daily routine is both predictable and outrageous, if not apocryphal. According to E. Jean Carroll's biography, Hunter, The Strange and Savage Life of Hunter S. Thompson. Here we go. 3 p.m., Rise. 3:05, Chivas Regal with the morning papers, Dunhill cigarette. 3:45, cocaine. 3:50, another glass of Chivas Regal. Dunhill. 4:05.
Have you ever had Chivas Regal?
It's disgusting.
Is it? I've never
I'm
even
not
heard
a fan
of
of
it.
Chivas. It's like yeah. 4:05, first cup of coffee, another cigarette. 4:15, cocaine. 4:16, orange juice, another cigarette. 4:30, 4:54, 5:05, 5:11. So the first three, all cocaine. 5:11, coffee and a Dunhill.
How much cocaine though?
That's a good question. 5:39, more ice in the Chivas. 5:45, cocaine. 6 p.m., weed to take off the edge. 7:05, Woody Creek Tavern for lunch. Heineken, 2 margaritas, 2 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries, a plate of tomatoes, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine, and for the ride home, a snow cone, a glass of shredded ice over which is poured 3 or 4 jiggers of Chivas. 9 p.m., cocaine. 10 p.m., drops acid. 11 p.m., chartreuse, cocaine, weed. 11:30, cocaine, midnight. Hunter is ready to write. Are you fucking kidding me?
Here's the thing. My question becomes like, I really hope that this was his daily routine.
I think it was. I don't doubt it, man.
I'm like, where is this information coming from?
No, this was some like the biographer who was following him and like doing this detailed study on him. And like,
he probably would do this for a while and then crash for a few days and then do it for a while and then crash for
a few days. Like, homeboy, I hope he took like a week off. Like, oh my!
If it was anybody in this room, we would be done for a week or 2.
I would die.
Yeah, I would die of a fucking heart attack.
Oh, absolutely. If I did cocaine,
that much cocaine,
that much drinking, that much. Number one, doing acid. I've never done acid, but to take,
I got you,
acid,
boo.
I'm down. But to take, Sean, David, like we're gonna do a podcast can we just do it once?
Is it gonna be an 8-hour podcast though?
Nah, but like I think we should have a day.
I have, by the way, 100% no interest in being around all this if I'm not fucking loaded.
How about we do it like in the first hour we talk
about the
and
people
the rest
that
of the
this
day.
thing. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Like we do an hour of this and the rest of the day we just do our thing. Everybody know?
I mean, you guys are hearing it out there. If you guys want us to do acid and do a podcast, go ahead and comment in the comments.
Subscribe,
comment in the
like,
comments.
and subscribe. Comment on what you think about doing drugs.
The best part is just basically going to be your girlfriend, Sean, just being like, "You guys should totally do it."
Totally, yeah.
Just one person.
First off, your wife would be like, "Yeah, well, you should do it. I'll do it with you."
She would actually.
I know.
She 100%.
David,
Sure.
we can make it happen.
the casual
We can
nature.
make it fucking happen.
Sure.
I'd be more interested in dropping shrooms and then doing a podcast.
I think shrooms would be fun just simply because it is of a natural.
Yeah.
I have more comfortability with it.
Yep.
I was gonna say shrooms, but I was like, I didn't want to wuss out on the acid part.
There's no wussing out here. Like if
I've
you don't
never
feel
tried
comfortable
it.
doing something, say it. Like that's just like
And then
in the
we'll
bedroom.
chastise you for it, and then we'll just nothing will come of
We'll
it.
put you in the
Okay, we'll dip-
stocks
we'll
and then
dip-
we'll fucking throw tomatoes
I'm
at
just
you.
gonna
dip the
chalk it up.
shrooms in acid.
Fuck.
That's the most aggressive thing I've ever heard you say besides murder.
That's the first time
He's
you've
a serial
actually
killer,
said
and he wants to
something
dip his
incriminating.
shrooms in acid.
Like I'm 100% confident that you have bodies in your trunk and that you have Chuck Norris strength and all this other stuff because you are so subtle
David is a
about
wild card.
fucking everything.
That's why I named the main character in that script David. On a side note,
Did you really?
I did in the short. I
so
named him
good.
David. I was like, I
So
had
good.
to.
I aspire to catch up to Sean's your statements that you make.
Statements.
Oh,
Wait, why isn't mine not? Wait, why isn't mine? What?
Hey,
No,
Matt,
'cause
put your ego aside for a second here.
Fuck off.
Take it easy, buddy.
Continue it. No one puts baby in the
You hear
corner.
that?
My ego is number one.
you hear that, Matt?
Hey,
That's the sound of success.
how do you know what it sounds like?
He just said it.
I didn't hear it.
David just said he aspires to be like me, not you.
Oh, no one paid attention. What was the next question?
Damn. I'm sure you paid
Isn't Sean the
attention,
most?
man.
I did, but
isn't Sean the most canceled?
Sean is the most canceled.
Okay,
For
actually,
sure.
I say more cancelable shit than cancelable.
It's in
Cancelable?
the lexicon now.
Consibulary.
I applaud you for going for it. Regardless.
Cancelable.
Like
I say the most cancelable shit out of
you
everybody.
jumped
ever.
into the deep end holding a brick and like cancelable.
Yes.
Like stuck to the-
Hard L cancelable.
Cancelable.
Oh my god,
Double
that
L,
was great.
motherfucker.
Peas and carrots.
Peas and
Well, boys,
It's coming that time.
I don't know, man.
Is it that time?
I don't know. I mean, I feel Like we could keep going?
We absolutely could keep going, but I think it's because we've been drinking so much.
I know it.
It turned like a 3-hour podcast.
I think last round, quick story.
Okay.
Craziest St. Patty's Day you've ever had, David.
Oh, fuck me.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Just to close up the St. Patty's Day
I love
special.
it. Fucking my man.
Someone else go first. I don't know.
No, I want you to go first this time.
He's like, but I don't have one in the
You always take time. You always take time.
Like, you know what? Hold on.
I've had wild New Year's, but I haven't had a lot of wild.
Hold on.
St.
Okay,
Patrick's
so
Day.
here's my thought now. I think David
This one is.
actually sociopathic and waits last so he can use our stories to formulate his own.
I'm not mad at him.
Me either.
It makes a good story.
Every group needs a good sociopath.
I mean, I'm excited for when I die. Like, what is he going to use against me? Like, my man.
David's going to give you your
How is David going to kill all of us? Probably when we all get loaded and he's like, I didn't really take the drugs.
I know.
Well, if you ask the question, you have an answer. So, what is your wildest St. Patrick's Day?
I don't remember.
You know,
That's the
the best answer. I think.
Before I answer, I do want to say I think it's great that Gary brought all 4 of us together because it's very rare that
fun, man.
at this age for all of us, like you find people who are either
To
like-minded
make new
or-
friends.
Yeah, like to
Yeah.
make new friends. This
It's
is
hard,
fantastic.
I don't want to fucking know anybody.
This could be a whole podcast.
push people away.
Right. This could be a podcast in itself is how we talk about like when we're older, like I don't want to make friends. Fuck that.
Well, that was the thing
Yeah.
because like I wanted to do a podcast with people. I love all you guys individually, and you guys are in different places in my life, right? Like I got my video game buddy, I got my longtime friend Sean, I got my film buddy, and I just felt like there was an opportunity to bring everybody together. We really don't know each other, so we're kind of discovering each other as we're on the show.
And it's great. I love it. That's a very valid point.
You know what I mean? And
That's
so
why I like you fuckers. You haven't heard my fucking stories yet.
Exactly. We haven't heard each other's story. Just wait till we do this for a year, and then we're just like, fuck you, Sean. We've heard that goddamn story a million goddamn
But I
times.
was
Say
already
the one continue is always David's 3 steps for like success. You only need 2 out of the 3.
You only need them, man.
But so to answer the question about the St. Patty's Day, mine was on the South Side of Chicago. One of my good friends
Real
lives
quick,
there.
I'll be kind and say your craziest night of drinking, in case you didn't party on a St. Patty's Day. You know, just
Oh my God. You
My
guys
craziest
got an extra 30 fucking minutes because I got one.
Okay.
I got a fucking story for you boys.
maybe like a Cole's Notes version.
It's not.
This is our,
no.
okay. Well, then St. Patty's Day. We'll go.
We'll go St. Patty's Day. So St.
It's
Patty's Day
themed.
for me, like it was Southside Chicago, which if anybody has never seen Shameless, that's exactly how Southside is. It's fucking great. I love
Nice.
it. But it was Southside Chicago. So, obviously they do the River Green up in downtown, all that fun stuff. And people, where I was at, people were walking around with open bottles of Jameson on the street, just not giving a fuck. Like it was hilarious. Like we were all getting drunk. At the time,
I want to be in a place like that.
oh, it's great. I was with my college buddy. I was staying at his family's house, and then he had all of his high school friends over, and his high school buddy had his new girlfriend. And she and I started flirting at the beginning of the day. I was like, all right, this is fine, whatever it is. I was kind of a piece of shit in college, so just bear that in mind. So we go out, and it was like me, a couple of the college buddies, and all of his high school friends, and we're all out drinking. We're all doing this fun thing. Number one of my buddies, Pete, was walking around with a bottle of Jameson, and for some reason, he got singled out by the cops. So we're walking around, we're all taking pulls. It hands it to Pete. He grabs the bottle, brings it up to his lips, takes a swig, brings the bottle down, and a cop comes by in one fell swoop and just takes the bottle from him, like mid-stride. None of us responded. We're like, that's okay. But that was the mentality. It was like, all right,
Whatever.
I respect it.
Cool.
Like, thanks for taking it from me.
Gotcha.
So what would we do? We go over to, it sounds bad. There is a homeless man drinking another bottle of Jameson. I'm like, bro, you want to share? And he was like, yeah. So we all started drinking with a homeless man on the street.
They're very giving.
You're like, what's FC?
Because we told him we'd buy him another bottle. We were like, no, we got you. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
So we're all still drinking with this homeless dude. We're walking around. Unfortunately, I made the decision of like, I'm going to hit on this dude's new girlfriend. And sure enough, we're all like, I'm flirting on her. We go back to my buddy's parents' place. I go up to the restroom. I'm coming down. She's in the stairwell and she looks at me. I look at her and I was like, all right. So we just start making out and
Attaboy.
she gives me a fucking nice little blowy on the steps. Exactly. Unfortunately, his buddy came up the stairs as I was getting blowy from her and sees it.
This is not okay with you?
He was not the happiest human being. It did not end well. Thankfully, I didn't
Did you get punched in the face?
No, like he got pissed at her.
Well, of course, it's her fault.
Right. I'm so attractive. Like, I'm so sorry.
I mean,
That was the crazy thing is like, he didn't get mad at me.
Did you know that she had a boyfriend?
Yeah, no, I did. Like, they introduced themselves. So it was on me 100%. But he got mad at her and he looked at me and was like, bro, I get it. He told me that later as we're drinking. He was like, I get it. And blamed her for it.
Wow.
So, you know, I get a blame for her and, you know, she gets kicked out of the house. She has to go home to wherever. I stay with all these guys and we keep drinking. And then me and the other guy like become best friends. Like, I'm still good friends with him to this day. Like, we're still very good friends.
What happened to the girl though?
I have no idea.
That's a weird twist on like guys that you almost get in a fight, but then that makes you better friends.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
no, absolutely. And it was, he later told me, he was like, yeah, like I didn't really care about her. I think it was just me walking upstairs and seeing that made me uncomfortable. He's like, but I get it.
Yeah.
And like, that's what he still tells me.
You gotta get one. You gotta get one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get one.
Now he knows what he's in for eventually.
I have never felt such a rush / fear at the same time.
You're like,
that fear boner they talk about.
Did you get to come though?
I did.
Nice.
No, I did.
It felt good, I bet.
It did, but at the same time, I was like, I'm gonna die.
Was it while you were making eye contact with the guy?
No, I just finished, and then we heard footsteps, and she pulled back, and I was pulling my pants up, and it like it was bad.
There's like no denying what you were doing.
She had kind of a chipmunk look.
So she had some stored cum in her cheeks, I guess.
She hadn't finished it. It's like she swallowed as soon as she saw
Yes,
it.
ladies. The important thing is to swallow as it's happening, so you don't
Leave
get
no
chipmunk
evidence.
face.
So that's my wildest St. Patty's story. It was hilarious.
pretty
Like, he's one of
funny,
my good
though.
friends. I don't know him, or I don't care.
I love it.
Anyways,
Gary, do you remember
exhausting.
yours?
I mean,
Mine's really short.
you might as well.
Zen came out of the kitchen.
Again, Zen's my brother-in-law, who is my wife's brother.
Right.
BFFs with
So
Sean.
my roommate comes out, my roommate, best friend / Gary's brother-in-law comes out of the
mate.
hetero life mate comes out of the fucking kitchen with a fucking fishbowl of God knows what. He says it's a margarita.
Yeah.
There's no
Knowing him.
fucking way.
Was it the fishbowl that was like in Nerds Return? The Return
Dude,
of
this
the
thing
Nerds
had to
and
have a gallon
fucking
of liquid in
Revenge
it.
of the Nerds.
Or Revenge of the Nerds.
This thing
Yeah,
had
and
to
he's
have
drinking
almost
that
a fucking
thing.
gallon of liquid in it. And I don't remember anything after that.
You just drank it and you were like,
We were
"Bye."
drinking and then I was waking up.
That was it.
That's the only thing I remember.
And they don't remember anything that happened.
Oh,
Either?
I'm sure they do, but I'm a lightweight. I'm a cheap date.
Are
I
you?
love that you
I
don't
probably
remember.
got-
You're like, yeah, that was
That's the thing. I don't.
Yeah,
I
you had
don't. I
one
remember
gin.
getting-
You had one gin and tonic.
I probably had maybe 8 total ounces of whatever the fuck was in that bowl, and that was enough to fucking black me out.
Jesus, dude.
Zen likes very strong drinks.
Oh, I know. I was there for Christmas. Dude, I would tell you, we stayed there longer than we needed to for Christmas because they just kept feeding us very strong drinks.
Oh yeah, no,
While we were cooking.
they pour heavy.
Dude.
They pour very heavy, and that's the way they like their drinks, and
That's
that's
true.
cool. But I need foofy bitch drinks. I need drinks
Yeah.
where I can't.
You're like, is this a
respect the
melted
alcohol.
candy bar?
I respect that honesty.
Yeah, I get
And otherwise, it's like I don't really want to drink something that tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Cool.
Like even
You don't want none of that scissor.
Yeah, it's like I'm drinking something and like vapors are coming out of my nose and making my eyes water. It's
Like, you put a
oh,
lighter
man.
in front of you, it'd just be.
Yeah, too much. Too much. I want it to
Flaming
be
Dr.
tasty.
Pepper.
I want to be.
Yeah.
That's why I like ciders and beers and things like that.
Yeah, I feel it.
But yeah, no. If I get especially like if I get like gin or vodka
Oh, fuck
that's
that.
just right, dude. Actually, one of the strongest drinks I ever had was a lemonade that my
Yeah, I know. I know.
No,
I
it's just the
know.
way the
was a
sentence came
hard
out. It was like the strongest I ever had. Fucking lemonade.
it was a lemonade.
Yeah.
It was very
That my
sour.
it was my friend True Phillips, rest in peace, brother. Before he passed, this was a few years
I love
before he
that
passed away.
name.
Yeah, he was,
True Phillips.
Yeah, he was a great guy,
Love
but he was also a very experienced drinker. He made this thing for me, and it was another like thing. It was really like poured it into a pint glass. Could not taste alcohol at all.
Oh,
It was the only thing I drank, and I fucking blacked out.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, that's the kind of
Hi-yo.
drink I like. and it's dangerous.
It's my favorite. I don't remember anything.
But yeah, so this fishbowl thing was kind of the same thing. I mean, like you could have waved a lighter near me the next day because I was still pouring vapors and alcohol out of my fucking pores.
Fuck yeah,
boy.
You could have held a lighter next to me the next day, and I would have blown up the house.
My man.
And yeah. David,
I don't have a crazy. I rarely drink. This is a rare occasion where I'm actually drinking on St. Patrick's Day.
Gary's so disappointed
because I have this strange rebellion of I'm supposed to drink on this day. I'm not gonna.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's a rebellion against everyone who says you can't drink during the day.
I know it's that's how it is. And the craziest St. Patrick's Day is just being at work on the peninsula. I used to work at a game studio on the peninsula in Balboa, and just the whole island is crazy. But I didn't.
Is it the same game studio I work for right now?
Yes.
Nice.
I love it.
Ask about the Newport days.
Yeah, I bet.
But
Ask about the Newport.
there's just flashing and partying and just drunk people all over the sidewalks.
little mini Mardi Gras.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Nice.
pretty much. There's naked women getting tattoos at the tattoo shops, like just standing in the window while they're getting a tattoo at the same
I mean, why not? Good for
Why
us.
the fuck not?
All right.
Fucking A.
Gary.
God bless America.
Here's the thing, gentlemen.
Oh, Christ. How are you going to preface it with that? Like, we're supposed to take you
You
serious.
see, here's the problem.
Here's the thing, gentlemen. No, I don't remember. I mean, I don't really have a St. Patty's Day.
Then you're not doing it right.
I've never been a St. Patty's Day guy in general.
Fuck.
We're gonna have to change this now.
Well, but we're starting now, boys.
That's what we got next year. Don't
That's
worry.
what we
I'll
get,
take
yeah.
you. Why don't you just do a bear fight? Do you know what a bear
Can
fight
I be the
is?
bear?
No, do you know what a bear fight is?
I just want to be the bear, though. No, I don't.
No.
What's a bear fight?
So bear fight, I think it's
is
an
this a
actual
Rule
drink.
34 thing.
No, I think it's an actual drink. I'm not 100% sure. Or an actual shot process, but one of my buddies coined it, according to him, back in Indy. And it's I think you do an Irish car bomb you start with.
Nice.
Then you do a pint of Guinness after that.
Easy.
And then you do a shot of Jaeger.
Done.
And I think that's it.
Oh, it's
No,
a cat
what's
fight.
the order? It's either a Jaeger bomb, an Irish car bomb, and then a Guinness. Sorry. So that's how it goes.
That's easy peasy.
That seems like
That's like, what is that?
A Jaeger bomb, an Irish car bomb. And
That's a bear fight?
That's a bear fight.
I guess because of all the Guinness at the
There's a
end,
little
it's
baby
all the
cub
fur.
No, because the idea is that after you drink all this shit, you want to go fight a bear.
I mean,
Yeah.
I tried, but
I tried.
do people even do the bombs anymore?
So here's the thing. Technically speaking,
the bars aren't open for people to do the bombs right now.
no, they are. Bars are open.
Let's go.
No,
if
like
you
my
guys-
buddy's working. Like the guy who works the Dubliner, my buddy Travis, he's
It's
working
open.
Yeah, it's open.
Oh, shit.
So that's why it's hilarious because like a year to the day is when COVID happened, and now everyone's been saving up their fucking St. Patty's, so they're coming out real hard. Like he's working at a
my
different bar
goodness.
to help out in Seal Beach. The bar's been closed down nearly twice already today because people were just trying to. There's too many people, too many drinks.
Good for them.
Yeah, people are just going real hard.
And why was I
gonna
working
die.
all day?
Okay.
Why didn't you call
I'm
me
excited.
up, Matt?
Because I was drinking at work.
Oh, I hate it.
I hated it too, but I was drinking.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It was very fun. But no, so Irish car bombs, generally speaking, you don't order them. It's like obvious, like you don't order them if you're overseas. Like if you're in Ireland or Scotland or anything like that, if you order
It's an
Irish-
American thing. I
It's
would
just called a
assume.
car
is.
bomb there.
No, it's not even that. I see what you did there though.
It's the
Impressive.
IRA.
They call the IRA. If you order that, they'll actually kick you out of the bar.
No
they don't.
fucking
They
way.
don't.
I'm gonna
fuck around
test
with
it
that.
now.
Yeah, no, they don't fuck around with that. They're like, get out,
Let me get an
We're not
Irish
gonna do
car
that
bomb,
for
and
you.
you look at them, and they're like,
and then you walk. I knew.
What you need to do is probably just order the pint of Guinness and order the shot, and then just handle it.
and then look at them in the eyes as you drop it in.
Yeah.
Ding.
No, they have a different name for it over there. They don't call it the Irish car bomb. They call it something different. And I can't think of what it is, but it's
The
like if
IRA.
you order it that, then like they're like, get out.
Like, get the fuck out
You
of here.
fucking American, get out of here. Like they know that it's an American thing.
That's pretty funny. So I have a lot of drunken stories around St. Patty's Day. However, one stands out. When I was living in the South, there was a bar that we used to go to called Fat Harry's.
Oh boy.
And
Thank you, Sean.
it was a wonderful bar that was literally right across the street from the campus. And they would do $5 to get in, $7 all you can drink.
Oh my God.
Wow. This is what I love about this.
You gotta love college. No, that was like college.
Here's the thing. We went to college like middle America, dude. Like that would never happen here in California.
Well,
No way.
So just before you continue your story, there's a bar in Indiana where they would do you would come in and you'd pay cover, obviously, but it was quarter beers until the first person broke the seal and went to the bathroom. So you would have a bar full of college dudes just smashing beers
And trying to hold it in.
yes, but at one point there was a girl who tried to go to the bathroom. I was actually here for it. I was there for it. The guys, there was a group of guys, they grabbed their table and they threw it in front of the women's restroom and sat down so she couldn't go to the bathroom until they were ready.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Oh, the problem is
So
if you
good.
left, you couldn't come back in and do the same deal. So you had to stay in
You had
there.
to stay, yeah.
So this girl's like fucking yelling at them, going nuts, and everyone else is just still quarter beers.
Did you guys ever have a bar that did penny pitcher nights?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
That shit's bullshit. Like that will fucking kill you.
Dude,
That is the
it'll
quickest way to
literally
die.
Fucking kill you.
That is the quickest way to
So
die.
we let me digress really fast to the penny pitcher night. So we got invited to Mobile, Alabama for a GMAC bowl game,
Nice.
right? And basically
For anyone who doesn't know, that's a sandwich of Jews.
a GMAC bowl game. Basically, what ends up happening is when you get to go to a bowl game, which is really nice, is you basically get invited to the city that you're having the bowl game in, and you're there for a week. So you practice.
Oh, I didn't know you were there that long. Wow.
Oh yeah, dude, you're there for about a week, and they'll parade you around the city because it's like a big event for the city, right? So you go to dinners, you meet like high school kids, you sign an honor. It is what it is, right?
Right.
However, there's like 1 or 2 nights that they basically give you per diem for the week.
Oh shit.
And it's Division I. They feed you, they fucking bus you everywhere. Like, why are you giving me $125 for a
I'm
week?
gonna go spend this on
go
all
do
the
some dumb fucking shit right now.
Oh, they know.
They gave us one free fucking night in Mobile, Alabama.
That's all you need.
And my buddy
boy.
that was from, dude, one of my buddies was like, he was from Alabama, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, yo, you want to have a good time tonight?" And I'm like, I always want to have a fucking good time. And he goes, "My boys are coming picking me up right now. You want to? Let's go." So he ends up grabbing me. A
Those
fucking
corn-fed
truck
boys.
rolls up, dude. Truck fucking rolls up. We all jump into the bed of the truck and they take us to this little joint. I don't even fucking remember the name, but we go there. This place was fucking rocking. Everybody had their own pitchers in their hands. Like, it was an amalgamation of pitchers. So this place is like, you bring your own pitcher, you give them a penny, they'll fill it up.
Oh my God. I love
That's it. That's all it is.
I fucking love it.
And if you didn't have a pitcher, they just basically give you a red Solo cup.
Yeah.
Right. So you basically have to pay like, I think it was like $5 or $7 or some stupid shit just to have the red Solo cup, which is extremely expensive for a Solo cup. However, to fill up the Solo cup was only a penny.
I mean, they're still making their back end, like for
100%. And it's dumb beer, right? It's like
PBR.
At the time, yeah, exactly. Milwaukee's Best, maybe.
Oh, the Beast? Milwaukee's Beast?
Dude, that shit's brutal, man. Anyway, so we got completely trashed and we crawled ourselves back to that fucking hotel
Fuck
room.
me,
And the
dude.
coaches, like, we woke up the next morning. Like, I wasn't a starter, dude.
Oh,
Like,
you
it
must
was my
have-
first year there. I wasn't starting.
You're sitting on the bench like,
Bro,
I'm
I'm just like, like the stands could smell the alcohol coming out of me
Fuck yeah.
during the fucking bowl game.
That's
like,
awesome.
that's how drunk we got.
just waving
you
the
know?
fans like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm
They're all
here,
catching a
I'm
high
here,
off.
I'm here.
It's like
The worst
three fans
part,
are like,
though,
wait, what?
the worst part was like fourth quarter, and we're like up 42 to
Oh,
like
no,
20,
they put you in?
and they go, "Jones, you're in." I'm like, "Oh, what? What?
You're like sitting on the ball,
Are you
you're like,
fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?" My mom literally calls me up after the bowl game and goes, "You played like shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, Mom."
well, Mom, coincidentally,
I
had a lot of shit in my body.
This was brutal.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. I fucking love
Anyways.
it.
So that was, anyway.
Was there line dancing?
There was always line dancing.
There's always
fucking line
Being
dancing.
stereotypical.
No,
or-
dude, no.
Here's
It's
the
just
thing.
how it is, man.
stereotypes are born from reality.
For it 100%. It was like they did like 2 rounds of line dancing that I can remember.
and they're good at it. That's the other
Stupid
thing.
good at
They're
it.
so good that you feel
You want to get a girl in the South, you better fucking learn how to fucking line
hard
dance.
pass. I'm gonna learn how to drink like an adult and then
Dude.
hope for the best.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. You want to get into some fucking
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull fucking the dude with David and Jenny. Was that her name?
I didn't say a name.
Yeah, you did. In the last, you told the girl. You said that her name was Jenny
No.
in the last podcast when you went downtown for. There's a girl you liked. Remember?
dude.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
think he
Give a
made up a
different
name.
No, well, whatever name was you used, like
Okay, Jenny. We'll go with that.
we'll go with Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny. Here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for that roofie and hope for the fucking best in the South. Like if I can do it, if not, well, I'm just gonna stand up and watch as David takes my drink and I'll just yell "fuck" and then leave.
No, I'd be like, well, I'm fucking
Oh,
that guy.
that when you got
That
roofied.
story when you got roofied. Remember you?
Oh yeah.
What was her name? Jenny?
No, it was Melissa.
Oh fuck, I was close.
then. Baited you.
No,
Got you.
no, you weren't.
JKLM. I was 3 letters off. It's close enough.
Good memory, bro.
Thank you.
Anyway, we go to this bar called Fat Harry's. It's $5 to get in, $7 all you can drink. And I get fucking obliterated within an hour. Because here's the thing, it's all you can drink. So they have all you can drink well drinks.
Yeah. Oh.
And all you can drink beer.
Oh, Jesus.
Whatever they have on tap, and majority in the South is either Coors Light, Bud Light, Budweiser, Banquet.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all it's all the
Just
same.
the
fucking
All
thing.
that Anheuser-Busch stuff.
Right. And I basically started with Coors Light because it was the easiest on my belly.
No, absolutely.
100%. And then I transferred to Jack and Cokes because why not?
Why not? You know,
Why
get some
not?
sugar in you. Just make that hangover 10 times worse.
So the entire soccer team from Southern Mississippi rolls on into this bar.
Boy.
And I have a thing for girls with fucking.
Oh, it was a female team.
It was a fucking full.
the
female-
fuck did you just
The
say?
fucking full females.
Fucking full?
It was the fucking full female soccer team.
Oh, it was Irish right there.
They
ladies and
come
gentlemen.
rolling in. And there was this one girl. So they're all a bunch of white chicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then,
of
but
course.
there's one fucking chick that's like Filipino.
Ooh, spicy.
So spicy.
Peanut
and
sauce.
I literally looked at this girl and I go, I'm going to fuck you tonight. And it was very bold of me to say that, by the way.
Little
Very,
bit.
very bold of me. And she goes, okay. She literally said,
Wow.
okay. Okay.
She was very enthused about
She
the
was
whole
very
endeavor.
enthused about my intensity 100%. And so she ends up going to the bar. We didn't even talk the whole time at the fucking bar. And the bar's starting to close down. And my buddy goes, Nate, you gonna fuck that girl tonight? And I was like, which one? You know,
My man,
I
good
was so
answer.
drunk.
Good
Which
answer.
one were you talking about? You know? Anyway, he points over to I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. So I went over to that girl and I was just like, hey, you know, and I was just doing what I do. And she goes, you want to get out of here? And I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. Let's fucking go. And this is, I'm such a fucking prude, I swear to God. So she literally takes me back to her dorm room. And what was interesting about the college that I was at, the dorm rooms were not co-ed. They were they were boys
Separate. Yeah.
separate.
You can
right?
say segregated. It still counts.
Is it segregated? Does that work? It was boys, girls, all that type of stuff. And she ends up sneaking me. I mean, I'm a big dude. Like, how do you sneak me anywhere?
Carefully.
Very fucking. You need to shimmy up this fucking wall.
I was
as we
gonna-
shoot.
I was gonna say it depends. Never mind. You know, keep going.
I
Keep
mean,
going with
it
your
really
story.
does depend. Anyway, so we get up to the dorm. And we end up fooling around up top, having a good time. And she literally looks at me, and I'm so drunk. Like, I see 3 of her.
Oh boy.
I'm so
There's
fucking
like
drunk.
4 boobs. Then.
That's
It's
like, that's 6 boobs.
6 titties in my face. And
And
I'm
a lot of
so
pressure to
grateful.
perform.
And I'm literally I had a one-eye Willie, that chick. Just
One-eyed Willie. Nice.
one-eye Willie, that chick, to be able to like see her straight. And we're having a good time. And she literally looks at me. She goes, I am not going to fuck you tonight. And I'm like, Okay. I'm like, what?
You repeated the answer for her earlier.
100%. Like, what else am I going to say to that?
Right.
And she goes, but
Oh.
you can eat my pussy.
Oh, that's very kind of her.
And I said, thank you.
That's like your favorite thing to do.
It really is one of my
That is.
favorite things. I'm not going to lie. I'm a giver, guys. And any
true.
ladies listening out there, go ahead and comment in the
Comment in the Go ahead and comment your
Go ahead
comment
and
in the
comment in the
comments.
below and we'll figure it out. Anyway, she ends up says you can do that, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, okay, fine. So I basically go down on this chick and I'm still drunk, right? And like when you're drunk, I feel like a dog.
You're just, like,
I feel like a
rubbing your
dog
face.
licking a wound the whole fucking time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like that's what it felt
Great.
like, right? And so I'm doing the deed and she goes, wait. Can you stop? And I'm like,
All right.
okay, yeah, what's up? And she's like, would you mind if I put this in my ass? And she had a dildo that was bigger than my dick. And I was like, you can do whatever the fuck you want with that thing.
As long as you don't hit me with
as
it.
long as you don't beat me, please. Right. And so she ends up sticking that dildo in her fucking ass and I finish eating her pussy and she comes and then she was just like, thanks.
Nice.
It wasn't even like a cute thanks, by the way. It was literally just like a
Obligatory.
thanks.
Yeah.
You can leave now.
The whole thing was
thanks,
so
bro.
casual.
It really was. It really was. I mean, I felt a little used.
I mean, you know what? At the end of the day,
used, you know.
at the end of the day, I hope she's doing well.
I do
hope it's
too.
I hope she
really
tells the
do.
story
I really
to
do.
her
Good for her.
friends.
So,
Yeah, that's what I said.
good for her.
You know, she got hers. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
I do want to end. If we're gonna end,
Yeah.
I do want to say one joke that
Yeah,
involves
please.
Guinness. So, it's the CEO of Coors, and the CEO of Bud, and the CEO of Guinness, and they go into a bar, and the bartender comes over and he's like, "Hey guys, what do you want to have a drink?" And the Coors CEO says, "Oh, I'll have a Coors." And the Bud CEO says, "Oh, give me a Budweiser." So the bartender looks at the Guinness CEO. He's like, "All right, so what do you have?" And he's like, "Well, if these two are having water, then I'll have a water as well."
Oh,
Damn.
oh, there's a button for this.
There's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one that we're-
No, it's good. It was a good joke. That was for the other two in the story.
Other to the story. Fair enough.
Yeah, that man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this St. Patty's Day podcast. Again, my name is Jonesy. I'm with Matt, Sean, and David. Thank you guys for being here. We love you guys. Hopefully, you guys can go ahead and like us, subscribe, do all the things you need to do. YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and we will be back next week. So hopefully, you guys enjoy what we do.
Cheers.
Peace.
We out.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Try not to die. Be good and farewell and have a wonderful trip. Try not to let your pretty little heart skip. Be strong. Keep your head up high. Try not to fall into an opal style upon your first try.